In a world ruled by claws and fur, the smallest creature carries the heaviest burden. Welcome to Whiskerwood, a colony of industrious mice forced to carve out a home beneath the oppressive paw of their feline masters. For 100 days, I will lead this colony, digging, building, automating, and maybe, just maybe, raising our whiskers in defiance. We'll build from the ground up, conveyor belts linking production chains, pleasing the needs of the mice and ever improving. Poor is never far behind, demanding, watching, judging. Can we satisfy the cats and forge our freedom? Join me for 100 days in Whiskerwood and find out. Alrighty, we are in and the ship is here for our next attempt. We are going to make this our own here. We have our 5 whiskers. We put a warehouse in and our thingy. Look at this. We have some pretty fertile place right next to us. This like should become just a giant farm one day, but here we are. We'll get our woodcutter, our forager's hut, and everything else in. Just keep those two next to each other, and then a mining camp this way as well. So what we'll be doing is getting in resources, hopefully. I'm just hoping that there's a bit of gold. Let's check out the island. Good amount of coal and stuff, and we've got lots of berries to keep us going, lots of copper. I don't see any gold. Oh, there's a little bit of gold at the top. We're going to work our way up and see how we get on. Now we're going to set a few areas to be mined, and we'll probably start some kind of mine over here, to be fair. I want the coal and stuff early on anyway, and if we get a bit of stone out of it, that's good. Got our first quest to build a mining camp and 2 workers, which we are doing right here. We're going to need our logs in and a steep stairs. So I'm going to be playing relatively quickly, by the way, but it's for a reason. So I'm going to put the stairs there and there. So hopefully is that the right? They should still be able to get this, but we can get onto this second stage. Let's get 2 workers straight in the mine camp to complete this. And that gives us another whisker as well. So we can have a look at what we got. I think we got the weak one. The whisker cannot live very much. That's fine. Let's assign 2 to the berry picker. And what we're going to do is start to build our houses. So we're going to go for the stone shelters again. And I'm going to keep them pretty close. We get just 3 there. There's our first whisker ship, so hopefully we can buy some in. I'm looking for apprentices. There's one. Boom. And yeah, let's go with the healthy whisker. That's all of our points, so I'll get rid of the rest. And we're going to need to get these houses in anyway. I'd be very tempted to get a second mining camp here. I'm going to be honest. Just so I can get the stone houses up as quick as possible. And we'll get a second person in the logs for now. I'm going to be playing relatively quickly on this one and jumping quite far in. If you haven't already, do check out the first video where we lasted about 64 days or so, which is on the channel, if you want to see that sort of thing. And guys, if you do enjoy City Builders, do consider subscribing as well. It's a massive help to me. I'd really appreciate it. So I have decided this is going to be the section we dig out then. This makes a lot of sense, right? If we just go here, we can start getting a bit of stone for these guys to build as well. All right, I'm going to put some log walkways through as well. So if you didn't know, they walk a little bit quicker on these. So you'll see as they get on them, they should run a bit quicker anyway. I'm hoping. But yeah, it's pretty important. So I'm going to go all the way to here. You'll see how much faster they are when they step on the floor there. It's insane. It looks like our first house going in. So we'll have 1 house in for tonight, I think. Maybe. I don't know if they're going to build that in time. And they didn't. Wow. And we'll finish up our first night. Tomorrow should be a good day for these stone houses. And let us end the first day. So we still get a plus, which is good. Slept outside is the only problem here. That's okay. They get the fresh arrival that counters it anyway for the first day. Lovely. That should be enough to give us some, well, hopefully. I think is there a whisker ship today? Tomorrow is the whisker ship. So we want to save as many of the approval as we can. There's the first house in. Good stuff. And yes, I will be building some kind of row of these and replacing them later. And I will go up as well. If I go here, it will build outwards. It will cost logs, but I'm going to do that anyway. Best thing we can do for this movement speed, though, for sure. And I will continue to get the paths in. I neglected this in the last playthrough. It actually the movement speed is so much better for getting stuff done. And first supply ship, we will take just this basic one so we can get the machinery part. That will increase our tax, but that's fine. And we will, once the houses are done, we'll consider the plank workshop as well. I'm going to take a second one out of mining, and what I'm going to do is get that one person to come and help with this stuff so we can get the building completed. There we go. So we're going to have 3, 4, 5 houses hopefully by the end of the night. Oh well, we have even more coming in, so tomorrow's a good day. So we're going to get one more stone shelter over here as well. We'll let them finish these off, but as you can see, the colony is coming into its own at the end of day 2. So we should have even more approval coming in, and we will be, there's one thing we'll be working towards, and that is going to be the research lab. So that's planks and cut stone, but we should be able to get a shipment to cover that stuff. And here we go, let's go into day 3, and we've maxed out our approval. That is perfect. Really, really good start here. And I'm hoping to overpay taxes quite considerably, so we're going to want to mine like crazy. I think we're okay to sacrifice one more miner in here to pick up some of the coal. And we will continue to grab that out. We obviously need more stone for the houses as well, so we'll also continue to dig around the back. There we go. We are one house short. Let's make sure... Oh, there we go. It's coming in. So we'll have everyone housed before tomorrow, but we are going to have tax collector plus thingy today. We have quite a lot to give. We're not going to be able to use the coal at all yet, so... And I'm not going to use my berries. The first shipment should be pretty cheap. So we're going to have to give one berry here. I might be able to... Oh, I feel like I can go all the way over to the next one, actually, which allows us 2 items. So let's do that. Send large shipment. So we'll get to choose high approval. You have generated a high amount of approval from your Whiskers builder. Town Hall will allow you to spend excess approval. I will, but that is 55 planks, so we're not going to be able to do that just yet. And now let's look for Whiskers, which we think. There is a pessimist. I actually want to keep the rerolls for the other thing, but I reroll. That's 1 reroll, and we got a Perfectionist Apprentice. That's not bad. So I'm going to take Perfectionist Apprentice and Perfectionist Compassionate. So get sad at the death of others, but I don't plan on killing many people. I think I can get 1 more as well, actually. We'll take that Perfectionist. We can train some of these in the school. The school is pretty awesome too, so I might end up getting that in. But we now have the capacity to get people going, so I'm going to get another one in mining. And we're going to get our sawmill in. So we're going to start some kind of plank production. And we'll get it in just to the side here. Fits perfectly. Those mines will get moved, so we'll have room here anyway. I'm trying to keep everything in line with this street to start. And look at that, the plank row house. That is amazing that we're getting that. Okay, I'm going to select that. There's no point re-rolling. That's actually incredible that we're getting this schematic this early. And then I'll take the cut stone and planks, because we're going to need cut stone for the research. Means we'll get it up way sooner for the warehouse. Can't go over how good that is. For context, guys, in the research tree, plank row house, it costs 34 planks to build, but it is a big research. And I made the mistake of going for the plank abode, which only holds 1. This holds 2 people and has 2-star ratings. So it's pretty damn good. Now, our woodcutter no longer can reach, so we're going to need... We have no... Oh, this is really annoying, actually. I'm going to destroy something for the log here. So we get 1 log from that. We're going to put in the steep stairs to get wood from there. There we go. Now they've got plenty of trees in here, so they can't actually reach this one. So what I'm going to do is also get rid of that. And we're going to put the stairs there, so they can get this tree at least. There's 5 logs in that one. So for now, then, we'll keep to these houses. We'll put them here. I'm going to move this mining camp already. We'll just chuck it over... I mean, over here is fine. As long as they can move around. And then I can fit another house in there. There's the 3 we need for now, though. And that'll give us extra room for 1. The mining of resources is huge. So, like, things that are worth a lot of money, right? Copper's worth quite a bit, but I'll go for the coal because I can't use that early on. We have a Whisker ship still here. Is there anyone else we want to grab? Loner's okay. Unhappy sharing a home with others, but nothing else. I'll take that 1 more. More workers, the better. We can get more stuff in, right? And it's going to be about these logs. So I'm going to get another woodcutter. And I'm actually going to place the woodcutter up here. So they can still fit. And I think I'm one house short here, actually, because we took one more in, didn't we? So let's go ahead and squeeze it right in there. So we'll probably build up on these guys as well. And I'm going to change this and get this as perfect as I can. We need to find an educated person on the next Whisker ship. When's it coming in? We have 2 days away, so we can't actually start research until we get the educated one in. And let's go into day 4. Lovely stuff. Pretty good approval there. One slipped outside, which is one less that we could have got here for the extra points, but that's okay. We're going to save these again for the Whisker ship. We're good on tax so far. This will continue to go up. Got to consider the berries momentarily, though. What do we have? Refuse pirates' demands. We've gained some logs and machinery. Pirates aren't coming for... When are they coming? 3 days away. And then our next woodcutter is coming in, so I'll get 2 into this one. Let's get them chopping. And supply ship again. So I will take the planks. So this is a really good one. We don't need the machinery parts just yet, because we've got it in there. Got enough for the stone one for now, and that will give us everything we need if I wanted to build the research lab, actually. Problem is we don't have anyone who's educated yet. I'm going to keep that spot for the cut stone area. Now this is a little bit further away, but I probably can squeeze it right here. Let's go there. It won't cost us any extra resources. And we're looking for educated tomorrow. I got 1 reroll on that Whisker ship, so this should be good. And once these trees are gone, I'll be looking to get the farm around this area as well to push that in. Industry is going to come this way, so we're going to mine out quite a bit from here. I'm going to be wary not to mine too much stone out. I'm only going to use the stone that I need. That's the mistake I made last time on storage. I just had way too much stone, because you only have 233 in here. Now, you can get these little storage sheds as well, which are pretty handy. But I don't want to spend the logs on them yet. I'm just looking where flax is. There's quite a good chunk of flax over here for when we want to start collecting that for our weaving as well. But there we go. We have our plank workshop in now, so we'll get our apprentice in, and we will probably just have that 1 ticking on planks actually for now. We're going to need to get some more whiskers in with this 68. So we'll probably need to consider some more houses. Do I want to go up? I think I can afford to go up here, because we want to keep it nice and tight. So let's go... If we go from here, I'm going to get 2 there. And we're going to get a curved stairs coming up. And then we'll get the planks on this. So we'll just use what we need so far. That'll get these guys built. Look at that for tax as well. We're way ahead. So I'm hoping we can get lucky on another research too. And let's crack into day 5. There we go. We've maxed everything out. So we've got enough to collect who we want today. We've got 1 reroll, which is good. And houses coming in, actually. I probably want to spend on the planks underneath here. So I'm going to go ahead and get some more. Just for walk speed. Probably just go to here. These are going to move once again, because I'm going to put the houses along here. So we'll have all our rows next to each other as like a housing area stacking up. And here's the Whisker ship. So we're looking for... Oh, it's good that there's an apprentice there, but I'm actually looking for education. If we get unlucky, we get unlucky. Oh, no. Okay. We'll take the ones that we can. So we'll go for content, warm core, industrial machinery. No, we'll go for my pace. So they're the 3 I'll go for. We almost have the planks for the cut stone stuff as well. It's something I definitely want to keep at some point. We're going to need the weaver also. All of these require machinery. So the next supply ship will have to take the machinery goods. And in terms of getting everyone ready, I will continue to get some stone shelters in. So we've got them prepped and ready. Probably get 2 more. Now, central warehouse is getting pretty full. So let's grab a storage shed for a moment. And we will plonk it probably... I'm thinking we stick it here. And that's going to be for wood. And into day 6 here. Lovely stuff. Right, I'm going to save these for the whiskers once again that are coming in. We need education. I need to overpay the whisker too. But I will be stockpiling as much as I can. I'm just debating at what point I switch from... We got a lot of trees that will have to go up. It's a long way up to get things done, but... I could further increase the movement speed by sticking one of these here. And one here. Not up there, that's the wrong place. There we go. Alright, here comes the tax collector then. Look at that coal. Oh, man. Beautiful. So we'll be giving over this coal. And I'm going to go all the way to this one. Although I've never been this far. That gives us 3 seals. I have no idea. So you get 33% chance of effect. 50% you get ration meals, fuel, iron bars, medicine. This one has a chance for better stuff. I don't want to give it up, so I'm going to go for send this large shipment for... It keeps the trust high, and it does give us a chance at better resources, right? We really need education on this whisker, though, because if we don't have heating, we'll be screwed, because the base heater causes some serious pollution, and they don't like it. Okay, supply ship then. We'll go for the machinery parts. And I'm not going to grab the claws visage, because that actually gives negatives. So we're going to re-roll here. Charcoal furnace. Wow. Yep, that's incredible. And there's also iron bars and copper bars. Feel like we need to take that. I would be tempted to take the bread, though, to help them work faster. Yeah, I don't need that. So let's go with that, because we can make the copper bars now with the charcoal furnace. We're getting really lucky with these. That's a prerequisite to smelting. So a lot of the research already coming in to help with overpaying, right? We've got pirate blockade and whisker ship tomorrow. I think for now we'll just allow this to have whatever in. That's fine. We're doing okay on food. To be honest, that extra bread is going to give us such a big boost tomorrow. So their work speed's going to be insane. And I'm going to move this over here now. I'm going to have both mine camps working closer to the mines. And it does mean more houses. So let's go ahead and get more in as well. We have 53 planks. Do I want to go ahead and get a row house already? I think I do. I'm going to go for one row house here. Just going to save me hassle later. And what we'll do just to further the happiness is get in a few decorations as they pass by as well. So we'll go for some in little areas that we know they're going to walk past. It really does help. So yeah, what will happen is we'll get extra approval from walking past. So it just means more. The plank row house is coming in. I'm going to need the... I think I'm going to get the town hall in. Now what I'll do is place the town hall probably over this way, because it's going to be some walking, but it shouldn't be too bad. And there it is. Lovely. There's our free beds. I'm going to have to move these, actually. I've just realized what I did. We need to keep this space clear for stone cutter. I can put that one there, though. I can put it in here and pause it. So they'll have the little flower beds in between. So I think I'm going to keep mining down here. There seems to be quite a bit going down into here. So we'll keep those running. And there we go. We've maxed it out. Lovely. Right, I'm going to get the showers in next. So let's look at the services. We're going to need the bathing dock. So this will make them happy. And I think requires solid ground. Are we better off going over here? I think we are. I'm going to put the bathing dock over this way. To start. It's 21 planks, but that's fine. We're going to high priority this. No, I'm not. I'm going to high priority the bathing dock, because that'll get even more happiness for the night. But look how fast they're moving because of what we did. So for context, if I click on one, we've got the extra movement speed, the work speed, all sorts, because they look at that. 175% work speed. What about the planks in here? 580% now. We are running low on berries now, though, so we are going to have to move one of these. There is a good amount over here, and actually I would quite like to get this flax as well. And the pirates have given their demands. We are supposed to refuse cooperation. Let's do it. Now they will blow things up, which is a shame, but we can mark for rebuild. Research lab, honestly, is not a problem. Mostly they hit houses, so it's not too bad. There are plenty of builders because they aren't assigned to the buildings either, so it shouldn't take long. And what do we have? Completable quest. That gives us machinery and logs. And then we'll get the whisker ship. Here, I need to reroll. I need education. There we go. Educated. Monarchist, though. Not happy about that, but we need them. There's a can't smelt an optimist. That's amazing. And we'll take the warm core and the perfectionist. And then we'll refuse the sickly. That's really good. So we have plenty of people in now. We are going to need some more houses, so I think we go ahead and get another plank row house in here. And then we have the bathing dock for tonight. We'll turn off soap because we don't actually have any yet. We'll get our woodcutters back in, and we'll accept this one. 21 population reduces tax credit. We're 2 away. That's good. So we've got 1 in education now. So what this means is we can use this person to also teach in the school, but we are now going to go for our next thingy. I'm thinking either small warehouse or organized heating. I think I'll go small warehouse. And that will cost planks to do. That's okay. And I will consider the fishery as well, actually, for food. My only problem with the fishing dock is it costs I'll go here. It costs resource to do, as in apprentice. I'm going to turn on the cut stone now to be built. Now everything else is done. I will high priority the house though. I think we've got enough for everyone in, but I want to get the extra for these 2 whiskers that we'll get in. Research is pretty slow, but that's okay. We've only got 1 in there. I'm going to smash an overtime on the sawmill. So what you can do is overtime, they'll continue to work through the night and it gives them a boost. So production speed is now 700. So hopefully we should be able to smash through some more planks to get all this done. We have our fishing docks. So we've got an apprentice. We've also got 2 more people I can get in for fish. There we go. And we'd be sensible to probably move this actually to here and get in some plank walkways this way, like that. There we go. Good movement speed all around. So what you'll see I'm doing here is I'm transitioning into another food source because berries aren't going to be enough soon. At least from natural picking anyway. But let's go through. Our first week is good. We have a lot here. So we've got a good pick of whiskers, which are tomorrow. What do we have? 21 houses spaces for approval and trinkets. I think we're going to have that in a moment, actually. So that's good. We're also going to need even more houses, which is a problem. Once that comes in, I might demolish one of these in favor of plank houses too. We are doing these pretty early on, though, so I need to consider the cost. I might still get in a couple of stone shelters here also, just because they're easy to make. For supply ship, we could go into this, actually keep our clothes propped up. We can afford it, so we're going to do that. We're going to grab a slightly bigger one here. And there's houses worth living in. So that's approval and trinkets. Trinkets are something that we are used purely for tax. I'm not going to farm on this bit though, so we can use this area. I will go ahead and move this though to there. So we've got a little area to look at because we're going to need a charcoal furnace, which is cut stone. I actually think a school would be really sensible here. So I'm also going to get a school here. I think the school's probably more important than the town hall right now. The reason for that is because I'll be able to train another educated person and also more apprentices. So really important. I'm going to be buying up a few whiskers here as well. And actually, we'd probably be best overtiming this. I'm going to get them back to work, which should continue into tomorrow again. I'm going to move the berry picker this way now. This is quite far for them to travel, but I've just noticed that they are out now. So we'll get this here, and I'm going to get some log paths coming this way like that. That's going to cost us the logs, but that's fine. Into the next day we have max approval, and into day 9, which is the start of autumn as well. So yeah, I'm going to get them picking from over this way because we have no way up here. Then we're going to need, so that's going to cost us a little bit on the old berry front, but we're replacing with fish anyway. I'm just looking at how we're going to do the stairs, and I see this little step up here to get to these trees, so we're going to do it this way. I can go right here. That means I can get to this tree. Then I'll do stairs to this one and stairs there. So they can get both the berries and the trees from this bit and all of these. All right, tax collector, then this should be nice and easy. Look at all this. We're going to give trinkets to start because we can't do anything else with them. And we're going to go for a big one again. So we can either take this one or we can go for the double. I'm going to go for the double again in the hopes that we might. I'll give up a little bit of fish because they don't cost anything. Not giving up logs where I can. We're going to go for this in the hopes that we get another schematic here. Boom. Large shipment once again. So we're not going to be able to get that in. Whisker ship. Okay, let's re-roll here. Gifted teacher, though. No. We need another apprentice, and there it is. We're going to take that one. We're going to take healthy. What's weak? Whisker can't lift very much. That's okay. I can cope with that. And then my pace. I will take 4 more. And that gives us our next one, which reduces the next slot of tax credit. Nice. Now, how many houses will we need? Honestly, I think it's 0. Really good. And there's the plank abode. I'm going to say no to that. Do not need it because we've got the row houses. So a really pointless one. We have 1 reroll and I'm going to go for it. Small warehouse. This is insane. I've got to take it. And there's 6 machinery over there. That's pretty damn good. So I'm going to select the machinery and iron. No. You know what? Let's grab the fuel. As much as that excites me, I don't actually need them. So let's grab the fuel. And the fuel will be for winter anyway. That small warehouse is mega right now. Because we are halfway full. So I can afford to get one of these in at least. These don't hold as much as the other one, but they're all right, you know. I could probably get this right next to where our production will be over this side. Let's put it in here. And our teacher is here, so we're going to need an apprentice in here. This just means now that I can train 3 of ours to become apprentices. So that's what we're going to do. Now, if we wanted to do scholarly, we'd have to put in the scholarly teacher, I think, from here to then teach someone else to be educated. But for now, I think that's okay. We've just managed to get 2 of our big researchers from overpaying on tax anyway. And once they've trained, I can then put them in the stonecutter. And I think I'm going to build down in here. We're going to continue to mine out all of this area because there's a lot here. I think I'll take this layer down and this layer down. There is no farmland here anyway, so we can go all the way back to create an area for these guys to continue from behind as well. And here we go. Day 10 will begin. We're not quite maxing this out because of bland food, but once we get to the smoke stuff, we'll be fine. A lot of these will go down. I do need to consider the clothing really soon. But remember, we've got 4 whiskers in the school, so we actually have way more people than we realise. So we can actually start prepping a farm. And honestly, up here is going to be a good spot. So we're going to start a wood farm probably around this area. Try not to use it on this place. That is just 8 planks, so no problem with that one. And we have our next supply ship too. So we now have the option to go into this big one. And we'd be sensible to, probably. But I'd also like this. Do I need the machinery parts? I'm going to take this big boy, I think. It's just a no-brainer for me. Let's look at our tax collection anyway. You may as well. So, farm is in. I actually might start putting this in. So, we're going to go on to tree fertility here. And we've got a pretty good area that we can do it on. And we will extend it all the way out. So we need continuous amounts of thingy in here. And we'll get 1 worker in there. Now, might not be very good, but we'll get them to start just pushing that. Fertility is really good. Just because we're going to have slow pace on the woodcutters before long. And I'm actually going to move up here with both of these, so they're not too far away from chopping. And then logistically, we should get in one of these logistics hubs. And the logistics hubs just means it carries across to everything else. So I'm going to stick it where we just had those guys up here. Look at our food count though, this is great. I just need to make sure storage is fine. We're pretty full already, so I think yet another warehouse. I'm going to stack it right on here. I'm just going to need to find a way up. I can do it from here, right? Is that even higher, actually? It is. Okay. That's no good there. Does mean I can do this, though. Should be able to snap it to there. And then we'll get in another one there. So they can spiral up to that one off the plank thingy. Perfect. And it is going to be time for the weaver really soon. I'm hoping I can fit it in. I could probably go here next to the storage. That's just logs and machinery, so let's get it in ready. And cut stone, I'll probably just have 1 or 2 in there. When is the next whisker ship? Tomorrow. Good, we've got a good amount of approval. Maybe another plank row house also. Honestly though, how many have we got? We've got spare space for everyone, haven't we? I'm going to get in quite a few if I can, so we don't have any rerolls, but we'll take what we can. So maximum of 5, so we need to make sure we've got the housing in. It's not the end of the world if they're not happy for a little bit though. Let's maybe just get these 3 finished. There we go. Already becoming quite the town, only 10 days in. And our research did finish, by the way, I forgot to say. So we did get, yes, because we were doing the small warehouse, actually, it wasn't that great that we unlocked that, was it? But we're going to go into the smokery. Let's finish day 10. Boom. We're maxed out, ready to buy our guys. Let's see what it has then. We have another apprentice, which doesn't matter now. So I'm actually, I may as well take them though, because they're an optimist, right? Yeah, I may as well. We're going to go for content. Snores, but an optimist. Annoys other whiskers sleep in the same home. I'll take it. It's not the end of the world. We'll go for the my pace. This dot, though, we're not having you. So we'll have those extra 4. That is 4 houses that we'll need. We've got 3 coming in. So actually, I can just place another stone shelter right here. I'm going to fill that. And our logistics hub is now in. So I'm just going to put 1 in there. That should mean once we start getting the processing stuff in, like research, it'll carry everything over when they're needed. They'll carry to the building stuff from where we need. And I think they construct in their spare time too. So we did get our 1 apprentice in, so we can start cutting stone. And I'll get 1 extra in the farm too. Honestly, I may even be able to get berries in. Should we have a look at the fertility? No, let's do flax. So, flax fertility, not amazing. I could get a small flax field here. Actually, it's not too bad. As long as they can reach. They can reach all the way up here, actually. So if we want to get 1 in there too, that would be good. And all the houses are in way before we needed to worry about it too. Look at this, man. Get a couple more decorations in where we can. Maybe a tree or 2. Just by where they will walk past. Makes a lot of sense. There we go. It looks quite nice to add a few in. Into day 12, we have way more than we need for the tax collector to overpay massively once again as well. I'm actually wanting even more whiskers, to be honest. What are we on? 27. We've got 1 tomorrow. We've got supply ship and tax collector today. I look like I may need to get this one up. I also will probably want to move this back over this way. Hopefully they can pick these berries. Stick it over here. And here we are. Tax collector then. Shouldn't be any problem here. And once again, you're going to have all my coal. And we'll give copper ore until we've satisfied this. You can have a little bit of fish. And once again, we'll go for the +2. So we'll send a large shipment. No students in. So we're going to go ahead and get a couple more in. We may as well. It's really good that we're doing this. And we'll get the education one in after. So supply ship. We will go with... We can go big again. I'm going to go for this one. I'm going to go for the big one once again. Wind chimes? Kind of not that bothered by this, to be honest. It's a good decoration, but I can get the research pretty quickly. Don't want the claw visage either, so... A smokery. Oh my god. The luck continues to come in. Look how good this is. So it's a no-brainer for me. It's the smokery plus the old rags here. It's the tailor cloaks and woven cloaks. That is insane to get that right now. So, smokery then. This, I think, causes a little bit of pollution, actually. So, I might want to put this... There's not too much travel through here. Let's go here, just next to the storage. It's relatively close. And we're going to have some flax coming in. I don't think we have any yet. Did they pick any? That's the question. No, so we don't need anyone in there yet. Now, stonecutter will get in a second apprentice just to start getting some more going. And we can use up some of that stone in storage. But yeah, this is insane. So we'll get this one going. We've got a little bit of fuel to do it. So we're going to need to now get in our fuel factory. So our charcoal furnace. We've got no builders, actually. Because they're all being educated. This one does produce a negative. So I'd be inclined to put this out of the way. Maybe over here. Yeah, let's go there. It does produce heat, though, which is good. I do need a builder of some kind. Maybe just the one out of there, just to build. We got a whisker ship tomorrow, haven't we? Yeah, we got plenty to buy on the whiskers as well. We can get up to 216 approval, which we do need to finish off our town thing, but at the moment I don't need it. And actually, I don't think I'm going to build over here anytime soon. I'm going to go ahead and make sure we get out all of the goods that's still in here. And let's end the day into day 13. Maxed out. We are ready. There's one other thing we can do, and that's a service building to stop them eating out of the warehouse. Now, this can only hold 21 food. Where do we want to put it as well? We're kind of tough on space here. I wouldn't mind mining this little bit out. I think I'm going to do it. Let's just start that. Move one of these over, just to start digging into this. And here we go then. Hopefully get some in. Craftsmaster, holy moly. Doesn't walk very fast, but they are a craftsmaster, so I'm going to take it. The rest aren't great. Rebellious. More likely to say rebellious things or repeat such rumors, but compassionate, so that's fine. Whisker doesn't walk very fast. I mean, is it okay? I think we can have a couple of slow ones. That will do for now. That takes us to 31 and gives us plenty of people. So actually, I can assign the craftsmaster into here because the craftsmaster can get them all the way up to that. All right, charcoal furnace. We're going to get 2 in there. That's logs for fuel. Means we can keep our smokery going. Look at our food. Smoked food, though, is going to be great. And then we've got you mining. What else do we need? Weavers. Probably need. We've got the flax in there. Let's get 1 running in that at the moment. That's all right, though. We can get one of these earthworks thingies in. Where should I place it? I think, honestly, I might just stick it here. And what this guy can do is replace the bits we mine out. So if I fill that one in, we should be good. And we'll continue to mine the rest. But day 13 is done. Approval's still looking good. Well, really good, actually. And we have quite the tax offset to deal with as well. So we're just prepping for the winter, by the way, at the moment. I'm probably going to get 1 more farm in. I've got these guys going. They're going to take some time to get trained, to be honest. So we do have some flax, though. So spinning of that should be done very soon. We might now have space for our cafe. We do. Lovely. So cafe is going to go in here. This will hold 21. So we'll store the smoked fish in here, hopefully. Okay, day 14 has ended, and winter is honestly really close by. We've maxed out this. I'm keeping these still for something a bit further, but day 15 begins. Now, we are on the final stretch of organized heating, which is great. There's one thing we need to consider. So we'll put heater to cover the farm as well, but I think there's more I can do for this. So we probably want to get a small berry farm just over here. I think that's as far as it can go. Perfect. We're about to get our earthworks in, so I will fill with stone this little section here. I can start filling in these ones that aren't done. So we can go there. We'll just have 1 person working that one. Oh, look at this. Some free logs. Thank you. We've got food stocks already. Boom. Tax collector, though. We are going to overdo this one. But we can do some logs. There we go. Perfect. And we'll get, hopefully, something really good in return. So we'll take it. Overpay taxes for 3 consecutive tax ships. Check me out. We've got a whisker ship about to come in, actually. We probably want to build another house. Now, we're going to have to start demolishing and replacing some of these for happiness. We need to consider where we want to put our houses, though. You can obviously go up again. And I think we could do that on top of these, but how much would it realistically cost me to have another set of stairs? I've got no way to get up there, so I think 2 high or just 1 row of these is good. We just need to go a bit further back. I think earthworks wise, we'll just start filling in this. Okay, here's our choice. We've got 1 reroll or furnace. Wow. We're not even... What is going on? Why am I getting so lucky here? We'll take that, and we'll take the clothing. So organized heating and ore furnace are now finished. That was our next one, so we are good in here. I think for now we're gonna take you out of there. We're actually hoping once these guys are finished I can put in another teacher. We'll let that person do a bit of work for now, though. And actually might get a second person in the earthwork here, and we'll start filling in absolutely everything. Because I need to pick where I'm going to put my house. What is your workplace? Okay, you'll be able to reach it really soon. I'm just going to leave that for now. So as it's getting colder, then we're going to need a fire tender. This person will be the one that restocks stuff. Let's go here. And we're going to get 1 in the cafe. We're going to turn off raw fish. I'm going to allow berries and smoke because they give a better boost. Raw fish is no happiness boost, to be honest. It's +5 movement speed, but for now, that's no. Lots of issues here. What's the pathing? I think... Where's the pathing issue here? Apparently can't reach their home. I think I know why. I blocked it with this one. Alright, that should fix it. Yeah, there we go. I blocked it with that stairs without even realizing. There we go. You can actually get to bed and stuff now. Sorry, guys. I'm actually going to swap these 2 for a... what's it called? I think you can set them to empty, right? So the person in the logistics hub will empty out these guys. And we're going to trade that for another warehouse. I'm going to stack 2 over here as well. And officially 15 days completely done. Once again maxed out on approval. Look how good smoked fish is. So good. I think this is our last day in fall though, so it is getting cold. Now, good news is we do have these fire tenders. So what we can now do is put in bonfires. So I'm going to put one here, because then it should keep my farm running. And as you can see, there will be a temperature drop as well. And then we'll put one... Where's sensible to put one here? If I block that, that's not good. They're always going to walk past this bit, right? To go to bed. So let's put one there as well. We can't put it there until the entryway is filled, so I need these to get filled in. They're slowly doing it. Here's the pirate blockade. Now, the good news is we've been stocking up on machinery. So, if there's only a threat of 4 cannonballs, if we give them... No, I'm going to send the full ransom. Have that machinery, guys. I don't want to deal with that. I think I can get one back here, actually. That's fine. That'll heat up everything. So, we'll put the bonfire at the back of this house. Now, that should cause us no drama. Where did I put that other one? Up here. Let's end day 16. I'll prioritize that. We're not gaining any more, so this is a bit of a waste, actually. We probably want to get that town centre also built, so let's resume construction of that. I'm going to high priority, though, our 2 fire bits, because we are officially in winter. It's still 5 degrees, but they will get cold, so we're going to sort that out. We have plenty of fuel, so we prepped really well for the winter on both food and fuel. Winter has arrived, yes. And the tax rate goes higher, by the way, based on the winter also. I'm going to build a second cafe on top. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to get up to this. So I'm going to let it play nice and slow. I think I can use this point here. Should be able to put it there. There we go. So we've got our way up to the second cafe here. They've got to go round into this little bit. We've got a good use of our tight space there. Going up does help. I do need to figure out more planks though now. So, not planks, trees. Which is going to be a problem. I'm going to go this way because there's quite a few in this bit. I think I'm also going to need to spend some logs. Just speeding these guys up. Alright, we got room for this warehouse again now. So, I'm going to double up. Just trying to think where best to do this. I think if I go there, and then we put one up above it afterwards, I should be able to use this bit to come up. So I put the entranceway that way. I can bring them in this part. Now, food's still looking okay. We've got plenty of smoked food. I'm going to put one more back in here momentarily. At the moment, we've just got to wait for this to finish. They're all almost masters. So, and 2 bonfires are in. If we turn on this heat one down here, you'll see most of the colony is covered. At some point, they'll walk past it. So this should keep our farm running through the winter. And day 18 shall begin. We've got our first... Oh, we've got heavy rain, actually. Slower movement speed if soaked, which is not ideal, but dangerously cold we don't need to worry about. We are good. Not strictly true, actually. I'm going to go down to 1 in the charcoal furnace because we've got loads of fuel. And supply ship, you can obviously refuse in the winter. I might refuse 1. I don't want the tax to go too high. So I'm going to refuse this one because I don't need it. We're going to open our tax report just to have a look. So upcoming taxes are already 734 and we have 988. So I've got a couple of things going on. I've decided the housing is going to come this way, actually. So we're actually on day 19 now, and I'm going to start bridging over to this because I kind of want to get hold of these resources here to start farming. For the most part, it's going to make absolute sense. First of all, there's loads of berries and flax we can take anyway. Secondly, we can just build immense farms on it. So it's a no-brainer for me. A slide going down or something. Who knows? So we're setting up this. We're filling in this bit. And then I'm going to set up an underground mine going this way. So just to keep stone coming and keep it relatively close. But yeah, it's going to take some time for it all to fill in. We've also got the research back on. And we're researching the covered bridge, which isn't going to take long. And as we're in the winter, we're going to start really now collecting cut stone for the bullions when they come back in to keep tax things good. And there's the covered bridge. That was way quicker. Has this been patched? Research time been patched? I think it has since the early access. And I was playing half on, half off. So that's interesting. Right, we're going to need the medical triage, so I'm going to allow it. And this will prove whether it is quicker or not. Yeah, they've buffed it. Oh my god, that's great. So if you didn't know, I started recording before the official early access release. We are now in early access release and a day 1 patch has gone out. So it's slightly easier, which is good. Okay, our next warehouse is in. I'm just checking over whether I can fit. I might leave that as is for now. We'll have to do some emptying eventually, but I'm going to go ahead and get another one straight on top. And this one is, ideally, we don't necessarily want to go that way, but I think we can go up here. Is that going to be a problem? Let me take a look. Okay, it isn't going to be a problem. It just means we'll put that there, so that can go up, and then we'll get in a wooden piece here. Making sure we keep the paths coming, but that's all good. And I'm going to use my overtime tool just to keep things going, just because we can. I think if we, let's overtime all my wood at the moment. We've got spare, so we may as well do it. And we're going to try and get these numbers up a bit more. The next lot of farms are going to come in soon. You just want to clear this out. And once again, they go off and eat. We did get our second cafe up, so we can service them really well. We want to turn off raw fish, actually, in the future, so we want just smoked in there. We have plenty of it. Smoked and berries, because raw fish doesn't give much of a buff in happiness. Once our town hall completes, which might be tomorrow, I've only got one builder at the moment, we'll get policy in to gain extra logs from the stumps, and then we'll build in another bathing thingy, just to keep them all good. Our main issue, once we get into the next tier of research, is going to be how happy they are based on the houses they have. Look at that, managing to max it either way, so it's really good that we are hitting everything. The research is a little bit longer. It's definitely been buffed, though, for sure. That's nice. So we'll keep logs again. I'm just looking at mining whilst we're cutting stone this fast. I could potentially double time it, but have two in there, if that makes sense, and then get the extra person in the mining camp. Sorry, we had a quest start there. Whiskers without homes, gain some approval. I'm not going to click that yet because we have approval that we can't use. We can gain extra research and stuff on this, so I'm going to high priority that one. Our supply ship's coming in. I'm just admiring the settlement and all things working. It's great. Anyway, it's come out of photo mode. Let's stop messing about. Let's see what we can get. So we're already at... Actually, before we click this, let me just check my tax report. So we owe 843. We have 1,073. So we should be all right. But at the same time, I don't want to overdo it. So I'd be very tempted just to take the smaller one. The winter surcharge is no good, really. Just keeping a close eye just to make sure smoked fish is always nice and high. And it looks to be the case anyway. I think once these are gone, we'll free up the person from this. But we've got a lot of flax and berries in here to kind of get this delivered. And I could do with getting a second person crafting in there. And we're very much going to need the ore furnace soon as well. Is that where we want it? Yeah, it's a bit of the dirty area away from the houses, right? And there's our medical triage done. Very nice. I'm not going to put that in until we need it. I would love... Yeah, here is pretty good. So we're going to go just in this section. And I'm assuming covered bridge is something... it's a fixed length, so you can... Oh, okay. Rather than filling these in, do we build a covered bridge then? Yeah, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to get a bridge, but we're not going to set them to be built yet. So we'll do 2 bridges there, then we'll do an earthworks in this section. So we're going to need to get... I need the narrow steps here, actually. So I'm going to need to research those next. Let's get the long stairs, because they move quicker on that, and I can set them up from this point with long stairs. I think that's probably the most sensible thing to do. Hold on. Did that just use the resources automatically? No way. It's auto. They don't even build it. You only get half resources back too, so I'm not going to touch that. We'll just have to accept it. We've got plenty of cut stone. Let's see how we're doing. We're still maxing out. Basically, our approval rating is fantastic. So even the houses we don't need to worry about. It's going to get worse as we upgrade and take in more whiskers though. So we need to make sure we're scaling. This game has a habit of making you think that you're safe, and then out of nowhere it just gets really hard, especially where tax is concerned. So we're going to need to start growing. And there's the long stairs. Wow, that was super fast. I'm debating getting the farms set up, to be honest. I think that might be a really good idea, ready for the next year. So what we'll do is we'll start from the top, and we'll have to go here. These are automatic as well, so we're going to have to go there. This is very expensive on logs, actually. So we'll start it so we know. Our policies are now unlocked, though. This is really good. So if you haven't seen these, there's some really, really good one. Whiskers carrying 2 more resources is fabulous. And there's also food industries to produce double output. But some of these, so research labs occasionally produce an extra free science. We need to get 300 though for the trinkets. Where's the one that I want to unlock here? Stump collection. 200 it costs, but you enact it. 3 per cut will gain us 1 extra log, so it's quite handy early on. And look out that out of nowhere, logs are becoming an issue as we're scaling up. But it's mainly because we're using fuel. and a never-ending stream of planks. So we probably need to decide on our next research. I think realistically, the slide, getting that researched is a good idea because we can slide them down from the farm area. That's my plan at the moment. We're going to rely heavily on this. And now that we've got the space, I'm going to complete this request for the approval. And we do need to be wary at the end. In about 4 days, we're going to be back to being able to see new whiskers coming in, and we are going to need to take them in. And I'm going to go ahead and get in another mining camp. I'm going to get a third one. This, I'm going to put one extra person in just to get this done. We need a crazy amount of stone again now. So I'm just going to start taking out more of this. We're going to the next day, and we're able to max it back out. That's fantastic. So we're all good. I can leave those things running. Right, another quest, clothing for winter. Produce 13 woven cloaks. Now, I have a good thing for you. We've got plenty of flax, and that is working pretty well. So yeah, we just need those stones in now. I could even get away with, whilst these stones aren't in, just having one person run. There's the slide as well. What we'll do is pause the research lab, because I've got no plans for any. And supply ship, I'm going to have to refuse. I don't want to go any higher. We don't need this stuff. So we're just going to reject the shipment for now. We're going to tax report, though. He's going to be impatient, so we're going to need to potentially overpay on the big one. We've got enough to slightly do it, so we just need to get probably something else up. And look at that. With that policy enacted, look how many more stumps we're getting. It's going to use a lot of our points, but it doesn't matter at the moment. I think it's really good that we do that and keep all of these running really efficiently. And honestly, I'm going to use some of that wood to go this way until they're done. So hopefully we can make them run a bit quicker. Now we can get a third tax office thing done by getting extra ones out. I think it might be sensible. Is that farmed land though, actually? This might be fertile land. I can see the grass on it. So I don't want to touch that area, do I? What I have noticed is you can get rid of this stuff. They're going to walk slowly from the berry carrier, but that's just kind of ticking up anyway, just to clear out the natural resources. And hopefully as the logs come in, I should be able to get more of these guys done. There's the long stairs, and I should be able to get one turned spiral. And we still have logs to spare, so I can just do that, I think. That'll do for now. And that does take us up into the farmland, so we've got really good resources. I can put my gatherers over this side. Let's end the day, though. Let's max that out once again. Still looking really good. This is the power of the smoked fish, guys. Smoked fish for the win. Now, just looking at my tax report, we're okay, but I want to overpay a bit more again. So my thinking is we get across and we start growing cotton. So if you look at cotton, it's worth 21 gold a piece. Now, I do think it affects fertility a bit more. I could, well, start doing this area also. I'm just looking at the zone. So we'd have to use this bit. We can move these off and use this for farms up here as well. But the main thing is going to be the slides. And so if we can implement those, we'll be doing really well. Part of me is tempted to unlock this strip mining, but I should look through and see. The sawdust seasoning is really good as well. But we need to build another office. Building another office isn't a problem. I'd also be tempted to mine this bit out. In all fairness, I did say that this could be farms, but that's going to be low fertility here. We did finish our clothing for winter though, so we will get that one done. Also, I probably should unlock something though. The reason is we're going to gain it all back tonight anyway. Let's go for the Eureka moments. Speed boost from passing statues are increased in the last twice. I'm not going to do that one because it's an intimidation. Building construction continues by night. I'm also going to unlock that just to spend them. It makes sense. We're going to get them by the end of the day anyway. You see the fuel consumption? I'm still happy with where that's at. We have no worker assigned to start the copper bars, but I'm going to put someone in. We're really going to start smelting that one down because I really want to go into the next tier of research, but you need to be prepared before doing so. Honestly, I feel like a warehouse over here would be a really good idea for these guys. So they dump off this bit. I feel like just collecting those resources for now is the right thing to do. I think it is. It's not even as far. Let's put it there. When we get the copper, I'm going to put a slide down. A slide to here is a great idea. And I want to see it in action. All right, another 150 then. So yeah, we brought it back in line. This is good. So we can have these back up. We've got a couple of days. I'm trying to line it up perfectly. There it is. Tax collector is due. We've got a supply ship today. We've got a whisker ship tomorrow. So we're going to need as many points as we can. We also have a pirate blockade. So we're not going to get the bullions yet. Decoratives built. This is for trinkets and approval. So we're going to go ahead and get these done. Just to satisfy this, we'll go ahead and just get some planters. I can get rid of those. We can get rid of them after anyway for the logs back. But we just want the trinkets and approval. Because trinkets is something else we can sell. I'm going to abolish the lift with back. We're going to keep the extra stump just so I can keep this going. What is your problem? Cannot reach workspace. This one here. Oh, no. Okay, for the time being then, we'll just get a plank there. That should fix it. There we go. Sorry, I wasted a bit gathering for today, but it's not a problem. Look at the sheer amount of fish we have. So we unpause the research. I've got one of my educational ones in this one, though, so we're going to need to unassign current worker. Assign you to here. And what are we going to research? With the copper bars coming in, it's time to research tier 1. You'll notice there's a few in here I haven't grabbed yet. And there's reason behind not grabbing them. They're good to have. You get the enjoyed by passers-by and you can customize the color of them, which is cool. But for now, we're not going to do that. There you go. The smuggler, the first start of our gold bullion, is 3 days away. We've got 48 cut stone, so we need to make sure our stone cutting is continuing. So I'm going to risk an overtime here just because we're going to hit the max tonight anyway. But just like that, our total capacity is getting pretty big. So a little tip to save space is put the paths in, because we can just get it back anyway. And we can put it across the bridge. Can we put it across the bridge or no? I don't think we can. Although we can get our slide in now. This is going to be hilarious. Now this one comes in a bit lower. There you go. We have our slide. Apparently they gain momentum the further down you go. So when we get into the tier 1 research, we'll get the stone paths. They're even quicker on those. But we are going to have to do that. That's okay. Should free up a bit of storage. I could also do a bit of a plank farm around here just to use them up. And then what we'll do is break them down afterwards. So essentially a way to store them without any issues. And let's crack on into day 25. There we go. We should pretty much maxed out. That's good. Spring is the time. 5 farm workers. Yep, we're going to set up our next farm this way. We've got pirates giving their demands. Okay. I want them to use the slide, though. I can't lie. But we're going to use this flax as our tax thingy. Now, pirate blockade. Everyone tells me I shouldn't use the machinery, but early on, I think I can get away with a little bit of fuel. I'm not giving up the thing. I'm going to send full ransom because when they hit the buildings, it is a problem. Oh, this is an incredible person. Strong shoulders. Thoughtful. Oh, thoughtful's not the best, but apprentice is great. So we'll grab you. Can't smell, I will say every single time, is one of the better perks. Death of others is okay. Can't smell. And I think that's going to be the 3 that we want. I'm going to need 2 houses. We can officially fit one on the back of this. Entranceway is being blocked, so I'll put in a plank thing there just for now. And we'll high priority that one. We've got a few workers to be able to do that. And it is time for our next farm. So why not place one over here? This is why we're going to need a food resource depot, though. Let's go. That's the most usable space probably there. And whilst we wait for that one, we'll also get another forage hut. And we'll also high priority that. And we're going to get some workers in doing this. We're on 36 whiskers. The next whisker ship will get as much in, but tax should be okay to overpay. We're going to have to give up some of our logs, but I think that'll be fine. Smuggler's 2 days away, so the next tax collector will be absolutely fine. We'll have the gold bullions, actually, so we're all good. I don't need to worry about selling my logs. All right, we're going to have 2 homeless tonight, but we've got enough planks for this anyway. I could do that construction by night. It's probably what I should have done, isn't it? Silly me. I misread that one. It's a bit of a misstep for me. I could have got the construction completed. But either way, let's end the day. We've maxed it out anyway. And then we've got 2 workers that we can put in this forage hut. Again, just grabbing all this flax in, hopefully. Supply ship. I will go ahead with the small one. We're due quite a lot, but hopefully tomorrow we'll have the gold smugglers, as I say. Let's check in on research. We're 11% into tier 1. Not bad for day 26. Now, I'm going to rotate this flax. No, I'm not. I'm going to leave it. That flax is fine. We're going to need a continuous supply of that anyway. I'm going to bring some of these planks back in now, as we're building quite a bit. And there's our next house swapping out. So I'm going to do one of these each day. These are all going to push back. Hold on. Let's continue construction by candlelight. It's a pretty cheap one. It's per construction task. I don't know whether that means each log they put in or something, but there we go. No homeless for tonight, and I should be able to quickly replace all of these. And our next farm is ready. So we are going to go, firstly, cotton. Let's have our cotton farm this way. I don't know how big we... No, I didn't want a separate field. We're going to extend this one. Is 26 enough? How far can this reach? We can go further. We're going to go 34 in cotton. And we're going to do a new farm for berries. I'm going to go on to berry cooking when I can. So let's go for berries. Here, the crop fertility is fantastic. There's 2 berry trees there we need to actually get picked. So we'll expand that one. And let's get just 1 farmer in there for now. And with our whiskers, we've got 288. So we've almost got the trinket construction task that we should be able to get if I play it right. Then our next farm in here is also going to be good. So hopefully, eventually we'll have this conveyor belting into some kind of storage this way. I'm actually going to change this one. And I'm just going to go up to this row. Into the next day, though. That's... Oh, wow. Look at this. I should be spending more. That is crazy. Our approval is fantastic. As you can see, we've got enough for the tax, but I want to overpay by 1 to get his happiness up. And going forward, it should be a little bit easier because we will no longer have the winter surcharge for a while. All right, this ship's come offering trade. Before we do that, I'm going to get in a warehouse of food only. I'm going to put it right next to the farm. Might not be the most sensible. I should do that with them wooden path through here, actually. So what I'll do is shrink that field. This is going to no longer need this stuff. We're going to have a path like that. So these two are nice and quick. Right, over to the smuggler ship, or the first one. This thing is huge. We're going cut stone for gold bullion. We've almost managed to get 3 on the first go, which is fantastic. I'm going to give over... We've got some woven cloaks we can get rid of, and I'm going to give over some planks. So we're aiming just to get the 3 gold bullions here. I've got quite a lot of planks still sitting around, so I'm just going to go ahead and sell those. We'll go for 3. This is why I want cut stone, by the way, guys. We're going to accept that trade. And look at that. Look at the tax due now. Oh, it's beautiful. It's the method you need. And now we're going to go back into more cut stone once again with the extra worker. And here's our tax ship. So we're going to get rid of this as quick as we can. We should have some cotton next time. And we have 21 trinkets, so we'll give all of those over. The coal I do want to keep. And I'm going to keep some of the cotton ore to start. So the 3 gold bullions put us nearly to where we need to be. Good news is we can give over quite a bit of flax. I'm actually quite happy to give over a bit of fish because they're going to continue to go up. So let's do that. We're going to send a full shipment. This will get 1 rating, so we should be happy and we'll get the chance of something. Apprentice and thoughtful. Quite tempted to re-roll here once and see if we... Oh, yeah, this is good. Oh, wow. Apprentice and warm core. Compassionate. Swift and diligent is huge. Let's grab you. I think those 3 will do for now. Right, we've got 1 re-roll here because this... The hard tack's not bad. I'm going to re-roll though. Plank abode I don't need, so that's not good either. Wow, this was rubbish. You can reassign loaners though to a plank abode if we want to. I feel like it's a waste. I'm going to go for the plank and cut stone. There we go. We've got our path. We've got our farm started. Next one's going to be up top. I still haven't seen someone use the slide. Use the slide. There we go. Look. And we're very much... Well, we're still abundant on wood resources, but I am going to have to still up the tree farms. We need a dedicated one just for trees. This is also going to move. So let's get you up there. Just so it can continue to dig these out. We should be able to go for a while on those. I could get wood farm over this way as well, but I want to focus more the cotton and food side of things for everything else. I think I'll get a slightly different flax field this way. These will need to rotate as well, so you don't want them too big. But let's go with an 18 there, and let's go into the next day. Even with that enabled, we are good. 8 claw visage is built. Tax credit minus 377. Do I have that? I don't have that decoration. You need to unlock the research. Supply ship has docked. I would be tempted to take a big resource one here. or the planks. I don't need the machine parts. Let's unload the second biggest. We can do this for a couple of them. And it's time for us to rework our miners now. We'll eventually be going down with this. And our warehouse is done. So this is going to be exclusively for food. I'm actually only going to put in what the farms grow. We'll automatically tick the peppers, leaves, and all that sort of stuff because they will come in eventually. Maybe I change that one exclusively to wood. This one for food. That makes a lot more sense. Right, before nighttime, maybe just double check. Do I want to build something here? Strip mining. I want this. So let's abolish the sawdust seasoning. Let's keep this one alive so we can get up to our 300. Tomorrow we're going to have to take the cut to put this one on. We want trinkets to come in. But no, I can't take the cut. You know why I can't take the cut? Whisker ship. So we need to wait till the winter. And the last house is almost there. Just need the planks in. Right, keeping an eye on food. So the smokery and fish is kind of balancing out where we need another smoker in. How many have we got working in there? Fishing dock's still good. Smokery has 2. The next one is catalyst is table salt. We need to go to another island for the table salt, and that's going to be a little while away. I think as we're at 10 degrees... Oh no, we need to keep this running. Let's go into day 29. Okay, maxing out. I could have spent a bit more. The more whiskers you have, the more you get of these. So as we... Maybe when we get to like 50 whiskers would be when we go to the trinket one. We're on task to do a good overpayment in the next one as well. And we also should be overtiming. So we need to overtime the charcoal furnace. That's what I'm thinking. That will get our fuel to keep the other things going. Because I think that's slowing down the smokery. Okay, what have we got? 84 population. We'll accept that. That's a big quest that we'll need to get. We'll be accepting pretty much everyone. Right, next whisker ship. Oh god, I can't really fit them in. Look at this. Apprentice, educated, and swift. There's no point. There's no point having... Well, there is. I could train people in both, but I don't think that's sensible. Content. That's always a good one. I'll take the thoughtful. We're not after anything other than maybe some laborers right now. I would take that, but the expectation... They are really good, but the expectation is so high that we're going to have to just stick to that. 41 so far. With that requires another home. I think it's time we officially move the earthworks to a more suitable location. I reckon I can go ahead and pause the fire tender. And I'm going to go ahead and get the sawdust seasoning back on. And into day 30. Still maxing this out. There's a little bit... we're doing the hard labour and the overtime a little bit. A little bit of pollution, which will reduce with the fires going off now. So we're fine. Tax is still relatively high. I don't know how often those bullion ships come. I think they come... Yeah, we got one after. So for the next one, we'll be fine. Have 44 cut stone. Produce 34 cotton, gain 34 approval. Well, good news is we have that already on the go. Quite considerably, actually. We have some big boy ones here. I am going to rotate these to berries eventually, but we're going to do a whole big batch of cotton to get some tax stuff done. I think we got enough to overpay. Right, we're going to have to give up some of our logs. I'm going to give up some of the flax, though. Again, we should be all right. I'm going to go back down to 20 logs. And we're going to give over that. Full shipment going. Let's see if we get a bit of luck with this one. Supply ship I'm going to keep really simple now. We're going to go for this one again. So nice and small. I will probably do one reject. I messed up on the food front. I'd had the wrong thing in. Ah, wind chimes. Do we reroll? This isn't that important. It's a really easy research. So I'd be very tempted to go for a reroll twice. That fuel's not bad. One more. Gone for it. Probably a silly move. Cut stone's good. I'm going to get that. Because we're going to trade it in for the bullions. Yeah, I was thinking that wind chime one. Honestly, it's that quick to do. If it's the tier 0 researchers, I'm not going to grab them. Alright, officially going to start mining down. And we're going to go underground here and start mining fully underneath. Actually, a little bit of copper there. And I probably want to move one over to start grabbing some of the ores. To be fair, there's quite a lot. I'm going to do it. Right, we're going to exclusively get one of these guys just grabbing these ones this way. And this one's going to fill up super quick, isn't it? We're going to need another one. Good news is this one will be really easy. Like so. Although, this is a bit of a problem. I'm actually going to reconfigure this. I'm going to shrink that down. Oh, you can't move the blinking farms, can you? I want a stairway there, because this one's a bit annoying. There we go. They can wrap round and get to it that way. And we'll make sure that has... Let's put the plank floor. Is plank faster? Are they both medium? They're both medium. Yeah, well, it's just so I can get an extra food storage here so we can keep this one going. I'll get onto the medium ones eventually. I think that worker's stuck. Just realised that worker is completely stuck in there. We can't have that stairway. They're going to have to just go round because they're going to die of hunger. We really don't want a death. Can I pick them up? I can pick you up. How about you go eat? There you go. Go and do something. That's it. There we go. Fixed them. I didn't even realise I'd blocked them in. So we need to do something else to sort those guys out. There we go. I've unblocked that one. That was weird. I put some planks over the top and removed it. Alright, into day 31. Again, probably wasting a few. But we're all good. Wow, you're complaining about bland food a lot. I think because of what we're seeing here, we should be fine to start bulldozing some of these. How many builders have we got? 4. We've got the planks. I'm going to just do 1 a day, I think. We'll try and get these up to a little bit happier. And smuggler ship is here. This one, 3 bullions from the cut stone. And is there anything else we want to give up, or do we just go 3? I think we go 3. Beautiful. We'll keep just that one lot going in. We can overtime these, but we just got to keep... We're matching this rough stone to it, and we're using it, filling stuff in. Got no re-roll, and I've got... This thoughtful and content would be a one to take. I don't like the slow apprentice. Although if we put them in a business nearby, it isn't too much of a problem, so I will take them for now. Just means like the floor for approval is a bit easier. Now, we've got plenty of cotton, so I would be well inclined to flip this to something else, and that's going to be berries. So we're going to do that once the cotton's gone. And the flax, I'm going to take off... Sorry, the berries, I'm going to take off here now. We're going to change this to trees, and we're going to start moving this in a bit. So these are... Where do I want to go with this? Most sensible would be to get the curved stairs just in here as quick as we can, so they can chop these ones. Yeah, that's good. Day 31 then. Oh, look at that. We're still smashing through it. That's the main things for me, is always having loads of money, really good approval, because then they get good through the day. They'll be happy. That one slept outside isn't a problem. Like, it's not ideal, but it's fine. We'll have the extra house. Just looking at planks, I think we're okay to do another one. But I will high priority that just to make sure it gets done first. I could always pause the tier 2 research, but I think this is fine just to keep ticking up. Alright, I'll be tempted to skip one, but I'm not going to. I'm going to take some of this hardtack for the happiness. Or do I take... I'm going to take this one. We're okay. Let's do this because we could do with a boost in planks just to change some of these houses. We've got more than enough to deal with it. And our next farm is also going to go in. We've got to make sure we place it correctly, though. And we don't want to overlap too much, but we also don't want to overwork them. So I'm thinking probably needs to be close to the storehouse. And because we've started storehouse bits here, let's just get it right in there. And we'll get in another placement of stairs off the back this way. And we'll start prepping in another farm this way. So there's a bit of overlaps. Okay. And do we want to get another one this way? Maybe we're going to move into berry soup very soon. I'm going to just get one more smaller field there. It's actually insane how much of these trees we're digging out. This is going to become one giant, like, farm. Because I know you get elevators and stuff later on. Just going to go large berry field in there. So we got 2. 2 lots of 12. I'm going to test different sizes to see what works. We'll get 2 in there. And then I'm going to unassign this one for a normal worker. So we want to keep the apprentices good. Let's go with content. Now, each job, you can make them better as well by this bit. So they all have, like, different perks. For example, this guy is part of the Miners Guild. So 50% in guild industries, plus 1 carry capacity, plus 1 food per meal, which is great. Whereas this one is part of the Explorers Guild, not slowed by terrain. So not bad because of that. So when walking over farms, they're a bit quicker. Spring is the time for planning, though. There's another 40 approval. That's probably not the best time to be using this. Anything that can use a few more. Yeah, I'm going to abolish sawdust seasoning. We're going to go with the Eureka moments. We've got room. We have nothing for 2 days. And now we're on 44. That's actually all our cafes, isn't it? We got 42. So having extra people in here doesn't mean you have more. So just one in them makes sense to me. We don't really need more than that, but we do need to consider where we're going to put our next cafes. So I'm thinking actually that's blocked. I'm thinking if there's a way to go through, I need to figure this out. So you get to a dining hall eventually. Do we just take the hit? I'd be tempted to go out here. Yeah, I'm going to go there. There we go. We'll have that dining hall at the back to accommodate the next lot. And let's go into the next day. So we're over 250 per day on those. We're doing really well. Getting these houses, honestly, the housing is such a big change. We've got the planks. I'd be tempted to, before getting the next one, because we're going to get some whiskers, another house there. So we'll aim for another, maybe 2. I've just seen this, the catalyst, the ropes. I'm actually going to change. So if I pause, if I cancel that, it does stick. Okay, that was a risk. Let's get the flax spinner, because I've just seen that the sawmill gets improvements from ropes. So the flax spinner will produce the ropes that we need to get a 25% buff on planks. Is there a buff on... Oh, and ropes in the stone cutter too. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. So good. Now, I know this is fertile land over here, but I'm going to start mining out this bit. This is going to be slow and steady around this area, but it looks like there's ores to be had. Fairly certain this is going to get full super fast across this, isn't it? Yeah, I'm going to take some of this area to put in extra storages as well. Let's do one more. Food's just going to keep filling up from here in berries and stuff quite quickly. Did I do the logistics on this one? I didn't, so I need to change this. Just in case they start trying to bring other stuff over here. And let's get one in the extra diner now. So we've got 3. That covers all our population, so everyone will be happy. I'm going to change something here. So let's get rid of the research. Let's go with building continues through the night. I know that we don't have the planks, but let's go for an overtime. Let's spend a bit of this and overtime the stone. I'm going to stick in new farm tools at the top. So we're going to get new field. And we're going to extend this to cover these areas. That is going to be trees. So we're going to turn this into main just logging. Day 34. I'm just keeping a close eye on these numbers. We're still fine. Mild pollution. Maybe get rid of the pollution one. Could move these out. A bit further away. I think they're fine. Attack ships in today as well as a whisker ship. We've got pirate blockade supply ship tomorrow. 2 days away is our smuggler though. So we'll hopefully, yeah, we just need more cut stones. This black spinner is going to be incredible. I'm going to train a second researcher after that research finishes. I'm going to put her in the school. And this should be a very easy one. 3 gold bullions. All the cotton. Look at that. That's so good. I'm going to try not to give up much of the thingies. There we go. Do I do this one or do we go into the next one? No, let's not push our luck. Although I like the idea of the 2. Let's see how far we can push it. I think we can. Yeah, look at this cotton coming in. Let's just do it. There we go. Send large shipment. And we've got our cotton one with the 34 approval. It's probably not the best of me setting that right now. To be fair, I should have waited. Silly me. And our next whisker ship. Let's look for someone who's any good. Diligent. There we go. Works very hard. Perfectionist and apprentice as well. Let's grab you. I think they're the 2 we're going to go for them. And here we go. I'm going to give a reroll. We're looking... Oh, come on. One more. No research. That absolutely sucks. Although it doesn't. Look at this fuel. Planks and cut stone though. This is a no-brainer for me. 100% going to grab the old rags, but I also want these planks. I know the fuel's good, but I'm looking. We've got logs. We can always get fuel. Planks we can always get, but I need them for research and building. So let's do that now so we can go through the night. Set that high priority. Get that one done. So my concern with the weaver is this. So how do I... What I need to do is have a small weaver one. Yeah, I think I know what I need to do. You need to put in the small storage shed. As an example, where would we put it? Would we stick it on top of the weaver's shed? I think we do. Like this. Now bear with me. Is that accessible from these stairs? We'll find out. What I'm thinking is we put that there. This one, I'm going to populate in the logistics hub. What I'm then going to do, although that is a farmer, so I'm going to change that. I'm going to put in Quill into here. Who is that? So Rust was the other one. So the reason I did this is if we go into the farmer one, they have greatly... So walks faster on fields. So they're over here. This is a good one to do. And we should be fine, I think. That's as good as we're going to need. Then this one will get in someone. So Rust, where you... Who have we got that moves fast? So as long as we don't have the slow guy in there, we're fine. Then what we're going to do is source this one to always, so we're going to always want flax to come into this. So the flax spinner is really good. I need to do the same for logs always coming into this with a small storage. This is what we're going to try out to see if this works. So this guy will always be running around doing those bits. We'll see if it works. Okay, let's crack into day 35. Let's see if it holds true to what I was saying. This is getting even better again. Holy crap, man. We're doing really well. I don't want to tempt fate, but if you haven't seen my first run, do check it out. We managed 65 days or something. I am probably 10 times better off where I was. So easily going to hit our target here. Pirates are here. I will deal with you in a moment. I need to decide where we're going to put this. So planks are going to go on top and they're just going to scale up. That is like the perfect position there. Okay, let's get rid of that. We'll just stick a flax spinner in this one and we'll start making up some ropes. Let's sort out the pirates. What am I going to give them? I think I can sacrifice some woven cloaks. We'll go down to 40. Maybe give you 2 tailored cloaks. Can I reduce this based on that? There we go. So we'll send the full ransom. I really don't want them breaking stuff. Tax is still looking good. Alright, supply ship. I am tempted to grab the tea for the happiness value. I would also be tempted to grab this one though. We've got enough, but I don't want to push my luck. I want to overpay twice if I can. Let's just go with this one. The flax spinner actually needs an entrance point at the top. How strange. Now this fire tender can just become someone else. I always want to keep them in there just in case. I am going to set this high priority as a storage shed. This one's actually done. So what we can do is say reject all apart from logs. And that's pretty much it. So logs are always in there. So hopefully this guy, it should... Yeah, we need to go into logistics and we say always fill that storage shed with logs. So this guy will now transport all logs into this one for fuel. Although I don't want that many. So what I'll do is say always 5. So we can always keep the charcoal furnace running. Then you'd also do the same for this one, but this one won't need it because it can grab directly from these guys, right? They're close enough. So it should keep fuel coming quite well. We'll see as this number increases, right? And that should also keep the ore furnace running much quicker. Alright, we've got the flax spinner then. Requires 1 apprentice. I think we'll just allow some ropes to come in with that flax. Then what we can do is turn on... I think I'll just do the stone cutter to start. We'll say yes. Catalyst, we'll have the extra ropes in there. It's the start of automating or improving our infrastructure. I think I might do this, guys. I'm going to unlock this piecework trinkets. I'm going to abolish the night construction and we are going to enact piecework trinkets. So while Whiskers use their spare time to make sellable trinkets, and I guess it's made from nothing. We'll see. But that is something you can always sell. So when they're stood around here, look, they'll make trinkets. I think. Yep, there you go, look. We've got to be careful, though, with this, that it doesn't use too much approval. So as an example, we've got a whisker ship today. I probably shouldn't have done that. I'll abolish it for now, just to stop them using it. So our smuggler ship's in. We've got 3 so far, and we've got room to get to 7. I wouldn't mind getting 1 more. There we go. We're going to get 4 bullions here. 2,900 and only 727 due. Just means I can take some big shipments. We do need to make sure we're prepped for winter and have extras, though. But I am going to reject a supply or 2 in the winter as well. I see food slowly going down. We did give a little bit away. I've got enough for 1 whisker, if they're any good. So we're going to say no for now. And there we go. The education has finished. So can I change you now for the educated apprentice? I can. So I can now set someone to become a scholar. Not you. I want to reassign for the... Oh, it's all our craft masters in. Why? Let me reassign you to the craft master. This one we're going to go as the slow apprentice, right? That's okay. We're going to train them, essentially, to become a second researcher, so we'll have 2 of them. Okay, does our stone cutter officially have ropes? It does, it is active. Let's now activate this one. What that does mean we need to be careful with flax. I think what I'm going to do here is change this one now to trees, and then we're going to up our flax stuff this way. So I think we're okay to stick a flax farm going out this way. I think it will connect into this one, so I have 1 larger one through this area. Now I can see our rebellion is going up. Leads to rumours and murmurs of future free from the claws. But we do have 1 or 2 monarchists that we need to be careful of. Now, once these 2 are trained, so a couple of days, we'll turn this back on, get our tier 1 research done. Then we're going into water pumping and soup making. Also going to go ahead and get 2nd bathing dock. And quite honestly, I can get away with bulldozing. Oh, someone's asleep in this. I can't do it yet. We'll wait till tomorrow morning. Realistically, you should have went too deep on these, so it's easier to get up. But we could do a double stair from a bit further away to go for the next one up. Day 37. That's some big approval we're pulling in. Plus 280, so we are good for another day to probably craft some trinkets. But I don't think there's a need. I think for now I'm going to enact... We're not going to use it, but we're going to enact... Oh, no, you know what? Let's go into the food one. Let's go sawdust seasoning. Tax collector is today. We're really, really good. We've got a whisker ship tomorrow, so we'll keep these as high as we can. Objective, 5 whiskers without jobs gives us another whisker. I'm sure he'll give us a monarchist. Let's see who he gave us then. Oh, wow. We got healthy and strong shoulders for that. That's great. Hello. Okay, 4 gold bullions for you. Look at that. 4 bullions almost put us there. We've got 5 trinkets to give over. That's... And then 15 cotton. We're going to go all the way for the tier 2 here. Look at this flax. Oh, there it is. I would like to go straight for the next one. I wonder if we can do it. I've never gone for the big one. It's not even that bad. Is that silly? It's silly. I'm not going to do it yet. Let's not waste this flax. Let's send a full shipment here. Let's make sure we're keeping on top of the mines. Doing a great job, guys. There are some ores that we could probably grab. So I'm going to start cutting underneath now. And supply ship has arrived. So with the way things are going, I feel like I could just grab this. So I'm going to do it. Okay. Choose one. We only gave that smaller one, didn't we? I've just realized what I've done. I'm only picking one. I went all the way down. I'm an idiot. I wanted to do the double. Plank blockhouse. Basic blockhouse for 2. No. I'm going to reroll one more. There's the claws visage. Okay, we're going to do this one just to get rid of this. Now, it's pretty pointless, but what I'll do is place them up here. So I don't want anyone... I'm going to break them down after. We need 8, right? So we're going to do this. So next tax credit is nearly 400 less. So I can do the mega one. And then I'm going to just break these back. So I don't want them to get intimidated. It's bad for happiness. I have no idea why it's 35 degrees and we've got light flurries. But we live in a fantasy world, I guess. And I think it's official. They can't quite reach this one. So we need to find a way to get to this. And it needs to be of benefit. Otherwise, what's the point? So I'm going to get rid of it. We're going to try and put it on the next one over. I don't think it's allowed on there. We could put it right here. That makes more sense. And then what we can do is probably... What is that building? That's the Fisher hut, right? Now, you'll probably think this is really, really weird, but it basically, they can come up here to go down here. Sounds silly, but we're going to do it. It's like an absolute cool little maze. And as I say, this one is going to be requesting the resources purely for... We had it on top of the Weaver, right? So we're going to request flax into this one. So this guy's always doing his job. So logistics-wise, we're going to reject all. This is always going to have 10 flax in it. We are without house for one of our stowaways. So do we go up top now? So I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. I don't think we can quite go at the top yet. Now, I can go here, though. So we'll stick 1. I can go 2 there, can't I? We'll do the 1 for now. So these guys are getting a pollution issue when they come to this part. And I think it's as they're passing through the ore furnace. The ore furnace isn't something we can move, so I'd be tempted to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid. We're going to move the ore furnace. And that should stop all of the pollution issues that come with walking to this. Because happiness is all we care about. On day 38, look at that. Holy crap, we are just too good on approval now. So we would be... stupid to not expand our thing and add in the trinkets for sure. Civic office schematic. Do we not have that? Where's the civic office? I thought all the way down here. I think in my last playthrough I actually got the civic office as a research. It's actually crazy, the research tree. Okay, yet another whisker ship then. So I'm going to take on what I think is good. So we've got Swift. Apprentice, Loner, and Thoughtful is actually not bad. And does not get offended or at rude comments is also good. Let's go consider it. Those 3 will do for now. We have officially hit 50 population. I just need to figure out where I'm going to put their houses. I think for now we're just going to earthwork this a bit further back. They're 3 wide, so we'd actually have to go a whole extra row like that. I'm going to use up some of our stone, but I'm going to do another row of houses here rather than going up. I'm going to point out these berries and food now, though. Incredible. We have a lot of people we can put to good use, to be honest. So I'm just going to start maybe educating some people. Should I put... I'm going to put the craftsmaster in here, and we're going to go 2 craftsmasters for 1 at a time. And the ore, we can have that back in. We'll get 2 straight into there, start smelting up. We're already looking really good on copper. And the flax is in here, so it is working how we want it to. So the flax spinner and weaver should be really efficient. So both of these now should have their ropes. And that's why we're seeing loads of planks and loads of cut stone. So with our education now done, we can put the educated back in here and she can continue training. But we're going to go back into the tier 1 research now. I'm going to flip this one to... food input doesn't matter. Let's get the Eureka moments. So we're on 60% of it already. Let's change... Surely, where's my educated one? Ah, it didn't finish. Okay, so you need to come out. It said it finished. Okay, there we go. We'll put that in. Silly me. It wasn't quite ready. Now, whilst we wait, there is a slot we can get 1 plank house right in that bit for now. Obviously, the street light is there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, let's go in. We're at 400 now, so we can definitely unlock even more. I think I could also expand these fields. These foragers are going to be going for quite some time on all of this stuff. So we're going to keep moving them. It's going to be a lot of travel time. Did I do this one correctly? No. Let's make sure we get, again, stuff that we want in here. Just going to take a small one. We've got smuggler ship tomorrow. Look at the tax differences. We're not that good with cut stone here, actually. I don't know why that... I say not that good. We're spending a little bit. Let's make use of getting rid of some of these and getting in the next plank houses. Huge goal of getting all of these just changed to it. Then we can pick, rather than going up because it's quite costly. So I'd say in the future, separate this by 2, then go up. And then you've got 2 separate rows you can work with. Because I'm not going to be able to put one in this area. I could if I loop it round to get up. You can with like elevators and stuff later. But for now, I can't. Let's get ourselves into day 40. I should have spent maybe a little bit more. I've started to overtime a couple more things, but I think we're still in a really solid position. We have 400 now. Let's see if there's anything we can actually unlock. So strip mining can be unlocked. Trash burning can be unlocked. Stone eyes, definitely not. I feel like strip mining we should just unlock to spend them. I know it sounds a bit silly, but it's actually the right thing to do. But plenty of tax due. We've got the smuggler today, so this is going to get even better. We've got 59, hopefully. A little bit more that we can trade in with them. I've got all of these overtiming to smash it in. Here we go. We're just about to get 3. I'll give in the 1 tailored cloak. Ah, ropes. Look at that. We've got loads of... I didn't even realize... Oh, flax is the way to go, man. I don't want to give all of them over. I'll wait just a minute because the cut stone will come in. Yeah, it's about to finish. There it is. We'll get 3 more in. Is that enough? It is. Right, we'll take 4. Look at the tax difference. I really want to try and get this big boy. Here comes the tax collector then. So straight with 4 gold bullions right there. We've got good copper ore. Look at the flax. I'm actually going to be able to start putting berries in as well because we are growing a lot. I don't see much cotton, unfortunately, but we'll go with quite a bit of flax because we are making a shed ton of this. I think I'm just going to go for the small one. This one, sorry. Let's get 1 fish in there just to marry it up. I'm keeping the logs because I feel like they're becoming more and more important. But that looks good. We're going to get the choice of 2 today. And we now have a whisker ship with 217 to contend with. So that's really nice. Actually, with these planks, going to go ahead and get rid of another 2. We're going to have quite a bit homeless after I get some in. That's all right. I'm going to get in yet another farm momentarily as well. I really want to change this. So I could probably move this one out. Let's get rid of that. We're going to put that there. We're going to go 1 up there. And we're going to get a house in there. Good. Screw the homeless. We're just going to get them in anyway. I've got a couple of rerolls that I want to save for the other thing, so I'm going to keep them for now. You know what? We've got some good general workers here. And we'll grab the healthy. We'll go with those 3. We'll have 1 homeless after this. And here we go. We got our first lot of bread coming in. I'm rerolling. Mushroom cultivation. I'm not bothered by that. Well, I do want it. It's a first tier research though, so I'm going to go for 1 more. I'm going to risk it. Wind chimes. Okay. I feel like I should take it. 8 machinery. I'm going to take that. Wow, look at that. 28. We've got wind chimes. We may as well put some in then. I don't know how good they are. Have some there. Some there. Look, we can get some wind chimes in that bit. They sound really nice. Got 193. We've got plenty of workers, so let's continue our farming journey. We want to keep this going. This is incredible, though. We're going to need more cotton. This has a yield of 32, but they're not grabbing it yet because they're too busy working on the other stuff. So, like, what I want to do is put the next farm. We're basically preparing for this winter section, aren't we? Let's put it here. And let's just farm the bottom. But I am going to put paths in. I think it's the right thing to do. We'll wait for this. I think it's there. The entrance is that point. Just quickly enacting the night construction, see if we get a little bit done. Now I'm going to use the earthworks tool, and I'm actually going to expand this. We can have the bridge either side. I'm going to do that. Already into day 41 though. A huge buff there. We've almost maxed it once again. I'm going to go ahead and overtime my sawmill. I'm going to start bumping those up once more. I'm going to select the... Oh, do I want that? I could just go crazy on machine parts and just make sure we keep them. I want to keep production flowing as much as possible, though. Nah, let's go with this. Let's go with the big one. Why not? It's 37 of them now. We've got to be careful of storage. There we go. We can fit another house here. Planks are going to be a problem. Oh, no, we can't. We've got to go there, haven't we? Let's wait for that to fill in. So we actually need 4. So we need 3. Yeah, that's good. So once that first one goes in, we can definitely put the house. We don't want to block the way. So as long as they can walk through the middle, we'll be fine. Then I can get another row. Oh, should I go back 1 more? Probably. I feel like we're wasting mining here, though. Mining and storage. Let's get some more in. And let's get this farmhouse supplied. I'm going to change these from the other ones, though. Just notice we didn't really get many farmers in, so we'll have to change this. He's okay to go in there, though. So we'll go with a cotton farm to start. Nothing too crazy. Says nothing too crazy. Let's go with 15, then another 15. I think flax, for the most part, is absolutely fine. I've got to keep an eye on these fields. The fertility is insane over here, though, so it's not too much of a problem at all. Yeah, it's good. It's each year you kind of need to check them. I'm going to go for a berry farm at the top. But I'm going to do long stairs. Oh, not enough resources. What's that? Oh, we are out of planks. Okay. We'll go there. We're going to go long stairs to get into that one. Up top. So they don't have to use this. My next thought would be, would you move the fish smoking over this way? It's a thought. I also need to put in another bathing thing. It's also planks. We've got loads going on. I can't put it there because they'll get annoyed by the pollution. That was a really good spot for it, but I don't think there's a problem us going this way. Right, day 42. So I'm just changing things over to focus on getting this up more now. So I'm tempted to get a second plank one in. Got max approval to take our fill of whiskers today. We're almost there for our next row. But someone's showing us hungry. We've got enough of stuff in, so it shouldn't be. Just thinking now, do we get another person in the smoker? It is full, so I'm going to go ahead and also get my bonfires back in. And they need to cover the farms. So for the most part, we just want to cover the trees. That blocks us there. Can that go in there? It can. We'll get one there. And they always cross into the housing areas. So let's get one by the baths as well. So they're always going to walk into that fire. And then we'll need one in the central location. And I'm going to put it right in there. That should cover everything we need. So what have we got out here? No more trees. Let's get you moved this way. You can carry on with these guys. And we're going to take the thingies out there. We're going to pause the student thing. Why does it say no workers on that constantly? Anyway, we're going to get both of our educated ones in this way. We're going to continue with our tier 1 research. And now we're going to change, actually, the abolish of that one. We're going to go for Eureka moments. Okay, we've got an inquisitive apprentice. We'll take that. We'll take the patient. We'll take the diligent. Pessimist I don't like, but the can't smell I do. I think that's what we're going to go with, though. Just those 3 again. That puts us to 56. Going to get another plank row house there. We've got plenty of room. We want one on top of there afterwards. But we can now get them this side. I'm always going to be on the back foot with these, but I'm going to get another one there. So once this is filled out, we'll be good. Yeah, this is going to give us a lot of room. We could just have one ladder down, but I'm just going to keep them going because I need stone as much as everything else. Now I should be able to get my long stairs also. There we go. And the long stairs do not slow them down as opposed to the smaller ones. They're really, really good. I'm going to slow down the ore furnace now. We're going to go down to 1 in there. Look at this. It's crazy. We don't need all that at all. And we're going to need to make sure we've got our fire tender, we've got our bonfires, and we've got our charcoal furnace. I could get one more in here. It'd be better to get more fuel, right? Let's do it. Look at their production and stuff at the moment, though. We just need to make sure we've got catalyst up and running on both of these permanently, and we do. I'm going to go ahead and say it, guys. Now that I understand the game, this is fast becoming one of my favourite city builders to date. And that is no exaggeration. It's not even feature complete yet, and it's just so well made. Day 43 is upon us. We're almost there on our research, and I'm just thinking, do we even need to go? So water pumping is really important, but there's a few different things. That would then allow us the soup kitchen, right? So berries, fuel plus water equals 5 berry soup. It's actually really good. However, I can make do with what we've got and start getting into things like proper showers with the pumps. There's also bedding, which makes the housing better, which makes the tailor. Oh, you need the tailor first. Where is that? I might go into the tailor because then we can make fabrics. Or do we need something for fabrics? Oh, there's also conveyor belts. Maybe that. You can literally set those planks to go down a slide into the storage. That is insane. Ah, that sifting tower makes 5 fuel from 1 coal, which would then increase our wood, though. Right, there's lots to consider here. Just notice this ropes into fishing nets too. You know what? I should have grabbed that. So for context, guys, we're still running off 1 fishery, but I've just seen if we get the fishing nets, we can get plus 25%. We've only got 2 in there. Why don't I get another one? Bring it on, Mr. Tax Collector. I am ready for you. Gonna have to give over some of our logs and stuff here, but that's all right. I think we can do just this one. It's when we get onto the gold bullions. Oh, do I go for it though? I feel like I can do it. There we go. Let's do it. We're getting this anyway. Let's send a large shipment. The 2 extra is just too good. And the supply ship. Is there anything we want to take? Look at that. 17. Oh, hold on. These have gone up considerably. I feel like I don't need any yet. I'm going to refuse one for now. Right, there's the mushroom. We've got 2 rerolls though. I'd be very tempted to reroll again. I don't want the plank abode, but one more. Carpenter, yes. Wooden vices. Okay, I'd be tempted to select the fuel for the winter too. Because well, we're not quite there. Definitely taking the carpenter though. That is huge. Machinery and iron bars is also very, very good. Yeah, let's grab that. We already have 10 iron bars, so I have no idea what the wooden vice is. A tool to firmly hold objects in place. So what does that do then if we get that in? Doesn't really say. Yeah, if you know about the wooden vices, guys, let me know. Is that like a strong support that we can then put houses on top? I'm going to overtime these 2 again. I would be tempted to overtime this farm and maybe the woodcutters. No, they're fine. Tempted to get another farm this side soon and start filling out trees up and down through here. We can send them down a chute all the way home. Into the next day, we're still good. So we got our smuggler today. We've only got 57. Is there anything else we can give them? I'd like to give them more. 21 stone paths built is another objective. Okay. Should we turn off the Eureka moments and should we get in some trinkets? Why not? Alright, we're officially done with this mine. Let's move these guys back. Pirates are here as well. Let's go for our mining. And there's our tier 1. Yes. Okay. Right, before we deal with these pirates, stone paths will give insane speed, but we also need the cut stone. I think I'm going to put in another one, if I'm honest. This is also very good. Stone row house is also fantastic. It's an extra thing, but we're really good on happiness, aren't we? So I think for the most part, we want to Threads into fabrics. So I'm guessing cotton goes into threads into fabrics. The fast travel speed on the stone stairs would be great if I swap that for all my wooden ones. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's get that one. Right, pirate blockade is why I was collecting these machine parts. I can just give those over. We have that many of them now. I know it sounds a bit silly, but I think that's the right thing to do. And we've got the smuggler in, so I need more. I need more. I want another stone cutter, if I'm honest. Just wondering if I can put him up here. I can. Right, we're going to put him there. Second stone cut, well, even if it's just 1 or 2 in there, just to keep these even higher. We're going to get about 4 bullions again, which is fine. How many ropes have we got? I could also put a second one in here and start using up some of that flax for the ropes. Let's see what we're working with. Right, I'll go for the 3 then. Yeah, let's go for 3. And then on the next one, we'll have plenty going. Okay, yeah, another whisker ship then. I keep using my rerolls. There seems to be a bigger list now, though. Diligent and thoughtful. We're actually looking for... I don't want apprentice farmers. Although diligent and thoughtful is great. Apprentice and considerate's good. Let's just go with those 2. And we've got room for the houses now, just to continue on this row. Does that put a population at 58? It's probably smart getting a second sawmill. Haven't got the logs for it, but we can get them soon. Yeah, let's go like that. There's second sawmill up this side as well. It's going to be a bit far to travel soon, but... And I think I'll leave that one, and we'll get the stone steps in. So putting this one, requesting logs, was the best thing we ever did for this. It's crazy. I'm going to need to get this farm in ASAP, though, the wood stuff. Wood is going pretty nuts. Right, our second stone cutter already here. Let's just put two of our apprentices in there for now. They should be relatively quick at grabbing some in. So I'm hoping for as many gold things as I can get off the next one. And into day 45. So we did actually, I'm going to turn off the trinket one now. That uses a lot. I didn't quite realize. So as long as we turn it on and off, we should be good. I think we go back in now to lift with your back, because I want these extra wood bits coming in. Now, I could quite easily put wood farms over this way. But I feel like this is where we should use it. It just makes a lot of sense. So this, where it's not the best fertile land, might be okay for wood. So I'm thinking if we stick the farmhouse just there, we get stairs there. Gotta be careful with how much we're using. And we do that. We're going to get in some... Yeah, just one more load of logs this way. We'll need another fire tender to cover that to continue through the winter. This has gone considerably higher, though. I'd be very tempted to reject. Hold on. Let me just see where we're at. We can do one more reject. I need to wait till the winter, though, really. We've actually changed them up. The machinery parts are no longer on the bottom one, so this isn't too bad. We could do with those raw resources anyway. Yeah, I think making the switch from all the plank walkways to stone is going to be the way. We're going to need our 4th cafe, by the way, very soon. And our stone stairs are almost there. You know what? We've got extra workers. Let's get smashed through this stone. Do we need another craft? Oh, we need a craftsmaster. All right. I'm going to put that craftsmaster in there. We only need an apprentice in that one, so that makes a lot of sense. We had a craftsmaster in an apprentice spot. There's the stone stairs. I'd actually be tempted to get the stone path now. Actually, you know what? Elevator. Let's get elevators. Elevators makes... Oh, is that silly? No, that's good. So for all these ones, you'd have an elevator and then a walkway, maybe. I'm just thinking for this, you could actually have the elevator right here. It goes up. I don't know. I'll test it. I'll have a play around. And then we have this farm that we can get extra stuff going. So this is pure trees. Oh, the fertility is not as good for trees over this way. But let's get it started either way. We can get this fertility up eventually. Let's see how we get on. So we're going to start these stone stairs. Are they really long? Ah, of course they are. The stone stairs are long, but really fast. So that's good. That does mean I can replace this one with a stone stair. And I'd be very tempted to do all these. There we go. Stone stairs. Let's see how much... Yeah, look at that speed difference. This is going to make the world of difference getting up and down. Just those little changes, man. So, yeah, stone path maybe... Elevators won't take that long, but there's going to be stone paths after. Right, smuggler ship is 3 days away, so I'm going to overtime both stone cutters. and just smash through them. Okay, into the next day. So day 46 is upon us. Yes, we've got a problem with that hard labour. We are pushing them a little bit. We've still got a few saying rough and stuffy because we've got some high-end people. But we're okay. For the most part, we've got all our low tier ones are really happy with our tier 2 housing. So we've got room to go ahead and get rid of one more. It's nice how it all slowly comes together, isn't it? So unfortunately for these ones, I don't know what I'm going to do with the large. We can't, when it's steep like this, a better position is an elevator. For sure. We can't put the long stairs at all there. Let's deal with our next tax ship. 50 trinkets. Yes, please. That's only a small dent in the solution, though. Got our 3 gold bullions. We're going to go for a normal one. Full shipment. So our next, we are going to be spending it, but in 2 days, I'm hoping these two will produce some serious amount of cut stone. Right, so looking at my thingies, I'm going to reroll once. Let's see. Got an optimist. I'm actually after some basic farmers. You're good. Healthy, but snores. There's also an optimist. Okay, we'll go with those two. I got one reroll. We're going to do it. Plank abode. I'm tempted just to take it so we get rid of it. Do you know what I mean? We could put those ones that snore in their own little houses somewhere. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of it so it's done. If you're wondering, by the way, guys, the farms, if they overlap, will work on the other farms. So if I just do, like, as an example, they will all work on this new field that I put here. So it's quite good to do them. I think I am going to go to berry soup. I'm going to start smashing in some extra farms. See if I can get them overlapped all around this area. And then we'll go into that research and just start the berry soups off. Oh, look at that. Going into day 47. A huge buff. We can go up to 480 now. That tax office thing was a shame I don't have it to get more going, though. So I'm going to have to get in our next cafe. I am going to put it there. I'm going to have to come up with a solution to this. It's going to be one curved stair, one curved stair, then a plank. That's nice and easy, actually. There we go. We'll get that one in. Our supply ships here, I'll probably take the basic one. Yeah, we're good on machine parts for now. These are getting really bad. We need to become self-sufficient soon. And I got room for my next plank house. Lovely. Got room for a few, to be fair. I might just get them in. Let's do it. Just whilst I've got the extra builders, let's get the... I know what I want to do. Got to keep that. Lift way back. Let's get rid of that. Let's go with rapid construction. I think I'm going to get a bonfire down this way. So we want to keep planks going all winter. So I think that's the right thing to do. We'll get that one as high priority. And look at that. We've got good cut stone for the next one. So he comes tomorrow. We should be able to get maybe 4 gold bars just from that. And then we're going to assign one normal worker. Probably just the patient one. Let's go with warm core. Just realised some of these people we've got in are better on industry, right? So, you know, these workers that don't need to be. So we should use these guys. They have 50%, yeah, so the guild ones. Oh, I think we're okay. Just looking, if there's any that aren't in there, yeah, this one's no good really because they're a farmer, but you get the less use on, yeah, so this one, if we have, there's no other whiskers. So we could do a training, another one. So I'm going to unassign that whisker. We're going to turn the school back on. We're going to assign you, and we're going to put in patient one called Dash into there. So what that means is we should hopefully get a extra wear on this. So I'm going to start going really intricate into them to make sure the wear is a little bit better on some things. There we go. The fire burners are on. My only concern maybe is these guys. Is it worth getting one out this way? Actually, we need to keep these going, don't we? I almost forgot. So let me see how we're going to do this. Let's get... Yeah, because they're going to get cold. So we need to be pretty central. I reckon those two will cover the most of our fields. We'll see where we're at. We'll get these guys both high priority. We got the houses in beforehand anyway. And then we'll change... you know what? No, we'll go back to live with your back. They've got their construction done anyway. Got one more house, but we'll be fine. And we got one or two more days till the winter. We don't want them kind of unhappy before that. And then the other side of it is to make sure our resources aren't full. So we're kind of okay. How's the food storage situation? Really good. Nice. I think, yeah, our food stores, I'm going to start the cooking this side. So we'll get water and stuff over this way. Now the earthworks, I'm going to bring out the way. Probably shouldn't have two working in that one either. Go down to one. Let's also fill in a little bit of this area. So this lower part is going to be some industry. Look at that though, we got a bit of pollution. It's from all the fires. We don't have to deal with it forever as long as we can counter it with these, and we can. I think I'm just going to have a little look. Dirty fur I could probably get rid of. Maybe one more showers then. We are probably due to get this one going though, so I'm going to get some stairs in for this next one. Okay, we've got 80. Then I've got 41 ropes. We can get a total of 9. Oh wow, nearly 4. 4. I'm going to get 5. There we go, we'll get 5. That's super good. But obviously we're going into the winter, so there's going to be no tax, but we do need to keep an eye on this. So we're well over it. I'm going to reject 2 during the winter. We have 1 more whisker ship. Can't smell is fantastic, and so is swift, so we'll grab those 2. The rest can go. We're on 62. These couple of these spare people, I'm going to get in. I'm going to get 1 more student learning. I'm hoping soon we'll be... Yeah, I think you get onto steam and stuff when it comes to temperatures. And there's our elevators. Very nice. Right, let's get this moved over. Where do we want to go? We'll continue probably this way. I'll just get in a small stone stairs. Right, so now we've got our elevator. I think it's time we get these going. Elevator shaft and elevator entrance. These are easy enough, aren't they? So if we were to put one there, we'd have to destroy the other ones out. Just thinking of the best way to do this. I'd have an elevator then a bridge, personally, with a stone thingy. So I'd go like here. Then I would do it from the top. No. I think we need an elevator entrance. Yeah, something like that, but we need to go one up. This obviously uses my resources, but I'm just testing it. I am testing it out. I mean, let's give it a go, right? Let's see if they use it and how quick it is. I'm going to stick an apprentice into the plank maker now. We're going to put that catalyst on. We're going to start producing a second lot with just 1, though. And just going to check temperature. So for the most part, we're going to cover the fields. It's going to be a little bit... So it's going to be a reduced amount. But I think that's all right. I could get 1 more just here, but I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think that's absolutely fine. We're covering, for the most part, all of our trees. I think at one point, do we just stick 1 on this bit as well? Let's go into day 49 though. We're still maxing this. The mild pollution is a problem. The hard labour will go in a minute though. So what I'm going to do is go in and we are going to research stone path. Now I know it's the winter, but I'm going to go ahead and bulldoze these. Don't quite have the planks. But what I want to do is get this removed so I can then build up. Because then this second step can go higher. We have something great going here. We really do. Is it worth maybe stone, stairs, elevator, then slide as well, is what I'm thinking. We get rid of these eventually. So that's still relatively slow. It's not slow. It's better, but I think an elevator straight up with stone, we'll have to test it. The other one is having to test this. They are using it. I just don't know how quick it is. Right, are we in the winter? We are. I'm going to refuse a supply. I know we don't have the planks, but they will go back up. Yeah, elevator is pretty quick, actually. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So we're going to get rid of this. So it's planks and ropes that we'll need to do. We have both. We just need more planks. Then I need to come up with some conveyor solutions from these warehouses. You see, I'm guessing what these back bits are. We're going to conveyor all the way across. That's going to be tricky, isn't it? I guess, no, they only need to come down to here. So berries conveyor down into what we're going to do this way. So that is reliant on us getting this right, actually. So I'm going to square this off. This is really starting to look awesome, though. I'm just going to come out so you can kind of see. There's a photo mode. We're essentially across 2 islands, aren't we? That's what I love. And we're quite high up. We have plenty of opportunity here to turn this top batch into more trees. All depends on how we want to do it, because it could be quite tricky trying to farm the trees just on this bit. And there's a lot more space if we're to do them higher up. If you dig them out, the fertility disappears as well, if you didn't know. There we go, we're good. We do need to get onto a better food. This isn't going to cut it for forever. I'm going to get a second person in the fuel. We're going to have to start smashing... No, not copper bars, sorry. Fuel. Oh, I've got 2 in there. Holy crap. It's overtime you. Ore furnaces. I mean, we have copper. Let's get that in as well. We may as well. We've got the extra people. And what are we looking at? I think we finally exhausted those. So, let's get you moved this way. Let's get these last ones cut down. I might rotate them round to this lot after. This is actually a really good wood farm area. So what we do is probably have the farm into a warehouse, then into a conveyor belt that brings it back this way, into a separate storage this side. That makes a lot of sense. And then it's by our industry. So maybe that's what we'll do. I could probably get this set up, but I wouldn't mind getting the medium warehouse for it. We are in the winter. I suppose we could start prepping it without populating it, you know? So we're going to go somewhere pretty central, although there's a lot to take away from this. Let's hold fire. I think we're good with our production at the moment. I got room for another couple of plank houses. I'm going to prep them for the winter now, and I've got one over here I want to get rid of. And I still didn't get that extra shower in. I need a 3rd bathing dock at some point, so let's go and put it in. All right, officially day 50 out of the 100 we are aiming for completes. And I'm still okay with where it's at. I honestly am. It's really, really good. If I can get to a point where I can comfortably create 120 plus cut stones, I'll unlock the stone abodes. Stone row houses, sorry. But it's 21 per house. We could slowly upgrade them. That will give us a lot of planks back as well. We'll see. I'm going for logistics first, though. Stockpiles, luxury goods. We don't have any luxuries yet to do that one, so that's pointless. Just thinking what else. I guess that might be clothes. I do think the water pipe connection and showers is also a good idea, though. I don't know. I'm getting too ahead of myself. Let's fix to one thing first. I got one more reject I can do this winter. I don't necessarily need these. Look how expensive they are by taking them now. I'm going to have to do just maybe one, and then we'll reject the next one. I'm squeezing the last plank house in this bit, and I've just moved this over. And we're going to prep for going up. I think we should be fine. If I go another one there, we can just get houses from this point. I see we're going to have a problem here because it's cold for this one. I need this running. Let's get the fire tender. Should we get second person in the fire tender? I think we need to. Now what I'm going to do is get another charcoal furnace. Now this can stack on top of the little storage thing we have, but we've got to make sure we twist the path up, which is fine. I should be able to just do that. Good. I'll get a second one on there. I'll probably just get one person in there. We could accept, yeah, because fuel is running low. We've got plenty of logs to keep up with it, though. So all in all, though, absolutely stabilized to a good amount. So just past day 50, let me show you. So we're almost 2,000 above the upcoming taxes. That's going to keep going up, so we've got to get more. But there's some good news behind it, right? And there's the stone paths. Wonderful. On 105, I think for the most part, I'd be tempted to go this way. Just going to see how many ropes we have. We have enough to get this in. So we're going to do elevator. One elevator in. Then we're going to go stone path. I think this in itself is going to be pretty mega. I'm not going to go mental. I'm going to try and upgrade the stone paths where I think the most necessary ones are. So I'm going to turn layers on and go underneath here. So the main middle bit there we're going to do. That's a quest completable as well. What do we get? Planks and trinkets. Yep, we'll take it. There we go. We've got stone path going all the way through. We've still got 71. I'm going to start deleting some out this way as well. And there we go. We've got some majority. I just don't want to use too much. I need to keep it at. So that's going to give us such a big speed boost running through. Especially the bit where they run through to get back from over this side. So I think these being upgraded would be my next bet as well. I'm just spending my points unlocking all the remaining enactments and policies that we can do, just so, because I had so much, and we can go up to 496. Now there has been since another patch since playing, and pollution is less bad on the hatred, so we will see that one. The patches are coming thick and fast from them, and I'm really impressed by that. It's so good. But the nighttime now will tell. We don't even notice we're in the winter. We're doing that well. Look at these logs, man. Our tree farms are insane. I do think this elevator and slides is making the world a difference as they plow through all of this though as well. I've just noticed what I am going to do. I'm trying to think what we can do here. I need to make sure they can get to these trees. So we'll have to get the stone stairs and then maybe move this one like that. Yeah, that's good. So they'll be able to carry on going for a while over there. Plus 98. So let's get through this one. We'll continue on. Things are looking good. We'll continue to get this up. 284 is really good to work with. But there's the snow, so we can actually now see exactly what's going on. So I think we've got perfect for our wood farms with those. And over this way, I think I can deal with those not being collected. That should be absolutely fine. Yeah, the flax isn't a problem. We've still got berries coming in from this. Right, what research shall we get in? I really want... I'm thinking this medium warehouse. Let's just grab water pumping for now, because it is a prerequisite in quite a few things. And I am going to get the Eureka moments back on. I'm going to try and get this research through as quick as possible. I've managed to replace some stone stairs and put a slide in here as well. Just a little bit extra efficiency everywhere. The stone stairs are incredible in comparison, and the slides coming down is just a huge thing. There probably won't be automation coming down from these with conveyor belts. We'll see. We have multiple options. All right, our second fuel charcoal furnace is here. I'm not a fan of getting you in, though. Let's put you in there. Probably going to overtime a couple of these. Let's try and get our fuel back up. We've got plenty of logs, so I don't think there's any problem in that. Last thing we want is any of these fires going out, so I'll get the second one in there too. We'll try and get a load of fuel in. And let's crack into day 53. There we go. That's more like it. So you'll see the pollution has now gone down. The old stats were still in, but we are pretty damn good. So the main thing of note is I managed to basically replace most stairs with stone where possible and stick in stone paths. So all good. We're now strip mining too. So if I just toggle this on and we go down, there is nothing left actually. So we're looking for ores, and when we see them, we will mine them. I also need to keep going anyway with the stone, so I've got no problems just smashing through. Let's do a couple of strips this way. Okay, we've got a supply ship. Let's just check in on taxes. 2166, but we have 5,000, so we can actually accept one. We don't want to annoy him too much. I think I can just... I don't need logs at all. This is pretty OP. We can get some really... This is just insane, though. I think I'll go with this just for the hardtack as well, but 574 is a lot. I'll take this one. We'll reject the next one. That does give us really good tea and food for the evening. Now, logs, incredible. I think the fire tender, I actually want to probably check to see. Can't smell's great, actually, in there for happiness. But I'm thinking we get someone with better movement. So I'm going to replace Scuttle, I think, with... I'm going to reassign you with that one. Then in here, we're going to get rid of Scuttle for the Swift one. So the fires can be attended to. Because this one I see, look, completely out. And there it is. Perfect. They managed to get back over to it. I think for the most part, we probably want to extend this one out. So this is a pretty good field. So we'll go a little bit bigger. And we do want to consider when we're going to move over. So I see rock salt and tin ore on this tiny little island. That's not going to cut it. But this one over here, look at the potash on there and the copper. So this island is purely for that. The other suggestions potentially would be... Well, we need to find where iron's going to be. There's copper, potash on this one. This is a really big flat one. Great for building, actually. Like a big colony. At any point, there's potash, iron ore. Okay, so we'd have to go over to this one, which is cool. That we can manage. But yeah, at any point, guys, I do need the love to be given on the video to let me know whether you want to see the 200 days, because this game has so much to offer, and I would love to play it more on the channel and not just have to do it on my own. All right, day 54. I'm going to put a little bit of overtime on. That's great. We're almost full again there. On the... Yeah, so on planks. And then what I'm going to do is crack on with upgrading some of this. So I can either... Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be unlocking the stone houses for a little bit, so it's probably worth us doing it. Probably get away with doing both. We'll make sure one is priority so they get it done, though. And we're still not homeless, actually, based on that, so we're all good. There is a random house over here that I've said I wanted to get rid of, but I'm going to keep it for now. I've also noticed the wait time on elevators is something to consider. They have to wait for it to come back down and then go up, and it's only one at a time, so you could cause some major queues. Look, watch. So wait for it to come down, then go up. Then the other one will probably do the same. Can two people get on? They can. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's still quicker than going up the smaller stairs, and yeah, I think that's all right. As long as we don't put too much up there relying on it. I'm just thinking I should probably look at this one to make sure this one's all right as well. It's a shame you can't have the spiral stairs turned to stone. Yeah, I'm watching this elevator here, seeing if this is efficient. I think you can fit... Oh, they can fit quite a few in each one, so it isn't too bad. It's probably still quicker than what the stairs were, so it's not the worst. And they don't have to use it to come down, so I think you always have a slide next to it is probably the way to go. There's water pumping. That was fast. So what's next? We can get the soup kitchen now. I think it... So we need water pumping, soup kitchen, and conveyor belts to feed the berries down to it. Heating stove, though. Large stone furnace that heats a wide area at the cost of higher fuel consumption. That sounds like a good idea. Yeah, let's get the medium warehouse. It makes a lot of sense. We can set up a better centralized storage solution. That fire is out again. Yeah, this is annoying. It's not a problem because we have a lot of food in, but we do need to make sure that's good. We only have a couple more days in the winter. You can overdrive these. Does it increase the area? It does. Okay, I'm not going to do it because that doubles the fuel consumption. Just going to waste a few overtimes. Maybe the fire tender should be overtimed. I don't think it matters too much, but we'll do it. It makes them work a bit better. And let's get into day 55. So yeah, all good. I think we just need to get off the bland food, which is some of the... Are they eating raw fish? I think some are eating raw fish. Uncomfortable dying, and not a lot I can do about some of these. The low ones I'm not bothered about. It's these ones. Mild pollution will be reduced once we get out of the winter. Hard labour is my own doing anyway. So I think we're fine. But day 55 shall begin. We can now see our tax. So we're looking all right on that. Just wondering if we've got... We don't have bullions yet. I don't know if I've got any. I'm going to go ahead and enable the trinkets. I'm going to enact that one. So anyone stood around will get some trinkets going. Okay, so this supply ship I'm going to reject. I don't actually need anything. He's not going to like us very much, but I think it's the right thing to do. And when it comes to water pumping, we need to wait for this to fill out, but we need to decide where it's going to go. For me, I feel like this is the perfect area for it. So I'm going to place it in. Worth noting that we are pretty much at total capacity. So this medium warehouse could not come in any quicker. I think that's something of note. I need to think what I'm going to do. I might just put one over here that just stores logs. That might be sensible. Because we're getting a lot of them, right? Be tempted to get rid of one of these now. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get rid of one. I think the farms are keeping us sustained for quite some time. We'll have just one doing that area. I will give over some of the logs to the tax collector. Let's just make sure this is looking good. Yep, I think I can keep my Eureka Moments and trinkets on and keep this pumping up. The trinkets, they're not going to be able to craft without the storage space, though. I'm going to get rid of this last house. And there we go. Everything is then officially... No more stone houses, we're onto plank abodes. That's not bad. I'm going to get rid of this house because we've got space, and I'm going to readjust this because we can be so much more efficient with this. I reckon I can go back one more. There we go. That's much better. That should be a little bit quicker to go to the cafe. Now, there shouldn't be anyone needing to go upstairs anymore on this bit. Alright, there's the food numbers dropping because we rejected a shipment. Now, the good news is the cold should be fine for these to keep going now. So we're going to need... Are these getting pretty full as well? I think they are. So let's get a priority on the berries. Going to move that one over here. Just going to prioritize all berries now rather than the flax. Alright, we're getting stuff in. I'm going to reject all. We're going to put just logs in this one. And I'll max that one out. There we go. I'm also going to flatten this down so I can get underneath. Because there's some copper I can't get in this area. We definitely need it. Wonder if we're out of copper or... Oh no, we're not. We're fine. I'm not selling any of that now though. I'm now going to get rid of the trinket one because it's using all of our approval. So we're going to build that one back up ready because we got a whisker ship in 2 days. I'm glad I caught that. And let's get ourselves into the 57th day. Wow. Yeah, we really need to get this soup up and running. Bland food. I mean, there's 4 people wanting 4-star food. We've got for the most part, people complaining. Oh no, only 3 wanting 4-star. 49 wanting a little bit better. So if we can get everything to 2-star, we eliminate 19 of those. And yeah, our food is now pretty low. So let's get that smokery on and overtime. Best thing was getting that second fuel thing in for sure. Let's also overtime our fuels once more. I know we were saving them. I think we should be all right. Let's abolish the Eureka moments as well. Let's just leave everything running with no extra policies because we need to build these up. We've got 1 more day. So I'm hoping to grab in a couple of whiskers. And I'm probably going to have to take something from this supplier ship. This will be easy to boost. I don't want to take the resources though. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's grab this. This will give us a massive happiness boost, and it does look like we're fine. And the next one we'll have the smuggler ship to contend with, and we will have quite a bit of cut stone. And hopefully some ropes. I'm also tempted to get another one in here. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a worker in the flax spinner. I'll get more ropes. So ropes and cut stone are the things we are selling. I might get a second elevator. I'm going to do it. This makes a lot of sense to me. That should help. These berry gatherers can use this one then. I don't know if they're going to come to this area though, but we're also going to get some things. I think it is quicker for them to come down here to then go up here to these storages, which is hilarious. But it just preps us for later. Yeah, look at that. 273. Look how many trinkets we have. 129. 273 out of 233 in the central, so it's overflowing. The trinkets will continue at the moment, even if you don't have space, it seems. Which is concerning. Let's go in. Look at that. Holy crap. That is insane. Now the pollution is gone. We almost filled it out. Wonderful. 58. I think it's time for another small warehouse. I know we're going on to the medium ones, so we'll be able to replace them eventually. And I'm going to wrap this. Bit unconventional, but I think it's still going to be quicker than the other way. Let's get this tax ship out of the way so we don't need to worry about it. We have 5 gold billions just to get onto the minimum one there. 129 trinkets. That was pretty good. 23 cotton, so I can get rid of those. We have so much flax. This is the one that's going to save us. And then we're going to bin off some logs. This is going to free up some storage space. I'll probably just go for the smaller one. There we go. Send a full shipment. I'm going to keep a close eye on the tax report for the next one just to see how it's going to be. And now we got the choice of our whiskers. And our water pumping station did finish too. I'm not going to get anyone in yet. I think they have to run on a wheel to pump it, which is really cool. Apprentice and can't smell is so good. Patient is good. Healthy is good. Optimist is good. I'm going to grab those 4. That's plenty. And I think we can probably get another policy back on then. I'm going to go for the sawdust seasoning for now. And we're going to put these guys to good use. I'm sure we can pump water into some storages. Look at that. Processes non-metal ores into refined materials. That's how this is the we've got to take that. That's so good. Sifting tower it is. So we'll then be able to make fuel from coal. So coal plus pipe water equals fuel. We may need another pumping station over here because this is going to become the what's it called? Industrial area. And I think whilst we're here, we've got someone that can teach. Have we got anyone that's even better? No. So I'm gonna basically get these guys up because they're idle. We're gonna get them doing it. We're gonna teach them to be apprentices. Now at 66, we've got 21, 42. We've got enough in cafes. We're good. So now we need to pump up our food stores, and we had enough houses to keep that one going also. So I think when this warehouse finishes, I'm gonna get conveyor belts. I'm just debating with these guys to get another small one or expand on the berry field in anticipation. So how many do we have? We have quite a lot. So the soup is going to be huge, I think. I'm going to extend this field to there. So I've got logs in that one also. I'm going to reject logs in some of these, I think. So let's reject logs in this one. And maybe, yeah, that one's fine for refined. Let's also reject logs on these ones. And actually, now that I think about it, I should probably have a stone one this way. So let's also get a small warehouse this side. Maybe not. Yeah, I think that's all right because houses were going to go up. And then this one's going to be stone only. All right, day 59 is approaching. Still looking really good. Negative thoughts are increasing. That's all right. Upcoming taxes, though. Look at that, 308. So when's it coming? We've got the smuggler ship, then the tax. Oh my god, we're going to have so much. I'm going to try and do the maximum overpay. See if we can get a happiness thing. I am concerned about my food, though. For sure. So I need to see what we can do here. I think I could probably go ahead and change one of these now. Yeah, let's change that field of 15 to berries after they harvest that. Because we've got... Yeah, we've got a lot, haven't we? I think another farm building is going to be good. Let's get it on this bit. And supply ship, I can take whatever I fancy. I forget that this is going to go considerably higher now. I'm going to take the second one, though. 401, just to get some of that hardtack. I think I must be partially bottlenecking or something. No, I'm not. They're carrying a lot of berries across. It's just a long way to travel from the farms. Soon we'll have an alternative to that, though. And by the alternative, medium warehouse is almost done. There is the launching ones. Where's the launching platform? Have I got to wait until the next one? Whisker launcher down here. Look at this. It needs steam power. Oh, there's also railways. Oh my, yeah, that's so cool. Let's maybe get another person in the earthworks for now then. We'll get this pumping. There's the medium warehouse. Let's go to the soup kitchen next. Then the conveyor belts. Then we'll get all that set up. All right, we've got smuggler ship tomorrow. We have 140 cut stone. Don't know whether to overtime the smokery. I'm going to do it. And the fisher hut. Let's just get our fish pumping a bit. They're looking all right. We got plenty of food. It's just I want to keep it high, you know. I want to keep it around 200. I could obviously get more fisheries in as well. I don't want them eating the raw fish, though. All right, our people are coming out. They've almost been taught, which is fantastic. I will pause this one afterwards. We could make some new farmers. I don't know whether to do that as well. We could get... We've got good farmers this way. I don't necessarily want... No, that's okay. It just increases the expectations, doesn't it? We'll pause the work in there for now. And our next farm is in. So for now, I can just get them in. I will manually select who we want in. Let's get the 2 farmers in. And we've got a dodgy stone patch on this one, so I want them to be working this way. I'm going to go for berries again. This is where we probably want to get wheat, in all fairness. But for now, we'll just get that one over here. This one can help with the other ones. So, medium warehouse. What capacity does this thing have? It's got to be much better, hasn't it? I mean, we can test one. My only issue is we'd have to set up a proper storage area. I think I'm going to start over this side. Now, let me just think about this. There needs to be a bit of a gap. So I think we go here. It's quite a lot of cut stone and planks to go in there, but I'm going to do a double stack this side. And this is going to be for... I'm going to set this to, like, all the raw resources. I'll let them just not put food in there, is what I'm thinking. I think I also want to change this to not have berries, mushrooms, berry soup. Maybe berry soup, actually. Cooked food's okay, so they can carry them over. Let's get into day 60. We're maxed out, so I can probably turn on some more things. That is a lot. 528. We'll keep sawdust seasoning. Let's get the, what's it called, stump collection back on. It's slowly going up, so it's not a problem. I think we have the smuggler in today. There we go. Let's see what we can give them. We got 70 ropes. Wow. All right, we got 5 out of just the cut stone. Let's see if we can get 7. We can. There we go. We're going for 7 total. Wow, these two together are amazing. Look at that. Ah, yes. Hello, tax collector. Let's see what whiskers we can get our hands on. Can't smell. Always good. I just need some basic ones, to be honest. Let's grab those 2. That takes us to 68. We need 1 extra house now. Yeah, and I don't think any of those top ones are needed, so I can change those to stone paths going across the top now. So we can now see our little walkway, which is nice. I'll leave that staircase there for now, though. A medium warehouse is in. 233. It's the same size as our other one, so what we'll do is just say no to food, I think. You can have everything else. I think that's absolutely fine. It just means we now have storage to get everything done. Now, with the logs coming from this one, our ore furnace and our charcoal furnace should be alright. I'm just looking. We still have coal and the other stuff. So I'm going to let them dig this out, and then we're going to continue stripping all these ones down. Now that I think about it, moving the fisheries over this side wouldn't be a bad idea either. Just seeing what it kind of does. We have this done. I think our our soup kitchen, okay, is not quite there. I think it's copper bars at the moment that we're struggling with. Let's overtime that then. And let's go into day 61. Good news is we're maxing that. And I'm hoping now, yep, fuel should be down because we're at 15 degrees. So no longer will we see them hating their life. I'm going to keep just these two. I think that's fine. Get the numbers back up. So now we're no longer tending to the fires. I think our ore production and everything else will be pretty quick. But here we go. This is the good stuff. I'm wondering how many we give over all of them. We almost get the +2. Look. Oh my god, that's so good. Might try and go for the max here, guys. And we'll give over the fish. Boom. We're going for the absolute maximum. We get 2 choices, 2 thingies. We also have a chance at effects, and there's also really good meals. Yeah, before the next one we get another smuggler anyway, so I think we'll be fine. Let's see what we get. I've never done this one before. Gonna put a couple of overtimes on. We got our supply ship. So I'm gonna go with the second one again. Look how many parts we have. Look at this. Decorative fountain. But I almost want to re-roll, but look at that. That is some impressive amounts. This is also a good way of just collecting ore. I'm gonna try a re-roll. Oh, look. Oh, table salt. Ah, fuel additives. Fuel industries have 20% chance to double outputs. This is last 3... Oh, that's just a world bonus. Okay, that's cool. Oh, that must be the effect thing then. I'm going to re-roll again, guys, just because I like the gamble side of it. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep going. There we go. Okay, we're getting the same ones. I'm going to take table salt then, and I'm going to take the ration meals. Oh, fertilizer and spices. No, let's take the ration meals. That's going to get some happiness boost like you wouldn't believe. That's good though. We have 2 things in the sifting tower now that we don't need to worry about. So table salt, for example, it's a free research. I took that one. I think it's harder to do than decorative fountain, so it makes sense. I'm just going to smash in a few overtimes. They'll probably be a little bit unhappy, but I think it's the right thing to do. So I think with the conveyor belts, you just line it up and they'll drop it on the belt and it will just go into your storage. I think that's pretty awesome. So basically the farms is where it's going to be good. They won't have to leave the farms themselves. So I'm hoping I can conveyor belt down into the soup kitchen. There is water tanks. Holds a large amount of water. I feel like, let me just check where the pipes come out of. So the pipe comes out of here. So we're going to need a water tower. Let's just get one water tower there because I feel like we're wasting resources here. Oh, it has to come out the top though. Okay, we have to go back 1. So I'm just learning this. The reason we have to go back 1 is because we have to go down first like this. I'm trying to figure out this pipe thing, but I can't go down. Alright, we got max approval. That's fine. Let's start the next day. Already seeing we're way ahead on the taxes. But in the pipes, I don't see a way of bringing them up or down. But I do. If I press that, it does go down, but then it doesn't do anything. Do you see what I mean? Right, pirate blockade. It's been a while. I think we'll be alright to give over some machinery, though. That'll do. Be gone. That's why I've been collecting you. I think we can now move this bad boy over here for earthworks. And another whisker ship. Shall we see what we can bring in? I'm doing pretty well on them. I think I can just get in some smaller ones. They're getting a bit more expensive. But we'll get in maybe those 2. That takes us to 70. So we're going to need another house. I think it's time we went up top. Again, we're going to have to replace these though. They're pretty high. But I'm going to do it in a way that we can hopefully utilize the larger steps to get there. Like that. And then 1 in here. I figured it out. You have to go from the water tank, then the water pipe. I think this, when it rains, I've put it in because when it rains should collect. So we may end up mining out from here. I wonder if we can put multiple next to each other. I haven't got the copper bars for now, so we'll just use 1. What I will say is we're almost ready. Soup kitchen's coming in as well. I'm really excited to try this. And then what we'll do is conveyor belt to a storage over this way. I think I'm going to fill this in. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to get a second earthworks going. Let's get this moving because we're throwing away precious time that we can get things done with. So let's just stick it. I want to block that. Doesn't actually matter where it is. It just needs to be in the area. A perfect spot for it right there. Let's get the earthworks in there and we'll start filling out this. So I'm thinking we bring out this zone. And that'll give us some good industry area to work with without having to move anything around. Obviously stone will be slower, but I'll just make sure all my mines are full. I think they're all running. We've got 4 people mining. It's just the distance they're having to go to get it done. But once that's out, I should be able to mine the rest below it. I got 2 days to get the cut stone up, so I probably don't want to sell anymore. That house came in like almost instantly. I think I may just stick to the plank abodes for a while. And into day 63, we are still maxed out. I probably need to spend even more now. Look at this. We are in such a good place with it. Although we're using 2 already. I like the sort of seasoning because we get double smoked thing. And when the soups come in, we'll get double on that, which is going to be insane. I might start pumping. Let's get one in there. I don't know who's best. I think probably you. Oil is the catalyst for this one, but it's not something we're going to have just yet. May as well start pumping out some, though, just to see how it works. Be a long old travel time for some of them. And then we'll get one in this earthworks also. And they're so happy. Look at that, 175 on the old work speed. Because they eat some ration meals. They're inspired, and their guild speciality is plus 50 as well. Supply ship, then. I'm not going to grab the big boys any... let me check tax. Yeah, we're getting close to the white. Although we've got the bullions tomorrow, actually. So we need to get cut stone going. Let's overtime the stone cutters and stuff. And let's also overtime our furnaces now. Look how much fuel we're pulling in now. Yeah, I'm just going to overtime most things tonight. I think we'll be all right. I'll let the farms just go as normal. But look at that, we're pumping in some water and I think it's working. Let's check. Yep, there we go. We're filling up. And look at the little mouse running on the wheel. Oh, this is great. We've also filled this out. Almost. I think I'll continue it because I want it nice and straight. There's the soup kitchen though. Let's get this going. I guess we try this way. I could move this around. Let's just see if we can pipe this in. I guess we've got to wait for it to be built and then we'll go from that. I might be able to pipe it straight into this bit. We'll get this one moved over. We'll see. I'm onto conveyor belts now, so... Now, this is going to take a long time, but the one thing that I wish we could do is overtime the research lab as well. I know that might be a bit OP, but I think I'd be tempted to pause one of these fuel things as well, or reduce one out. And then maybe make some trinkets. Let's abolish sawdust seasoning. Let's get some trinkets on the go. Got a whisker ship tomorrow. We don't want to use too many. Just get a few in. We don't need loads because I'm about to make 3 or 4 gold bullions from the cut stone anyway. And honestly, I think our ropes are good. Could probably overtime that as well. Let's do it. One thing we need to replace though is the bonfire this way. I think this is good. So they're all going to path through that anyway. In some way, shape or form. And day 64. Boom. Right, let's remove the trinkets now. I think we got a couple done. And let's go with... You know what? Lift with your back is probably the strongest, to be honest. It just means the logistics is so much quicker. Alright, smuggler ship then. Not as good as I'd like. Okay, there's still 4. We're going to get 5 out of it anyway. Look at these ropes. I could even get 6. I've just overtimed it, so maybe it's the right thing to do. Yeah, let's do it. We'll grab 6. And just like that, we got just the stupid amount of tax. Cut stone method is the one, though. I've run out of stone, though. This is something we need to consider, so I'm going to grab more mining camps. I'm going to grab 2 more, because they're having to mine further and further. And let's just quickly deal with the tax ship. So the gold bullions get us all the way up there anyway. We've got 20 trinkets to give. I don't really want to give over much other than that. I could get a double here quite easily. There we go. We'll send a large shipment. I feel like the last one's not very good unless you desperately need fuel. Healthy and content, so good. Swift and considerate. That is also really good. We're going to refuse the rest. That's all I want. So we got 3 rolls here. Iron bars and copper bars is pretty OP. We're going to be able to get research done quite early. Going to re-roll though. Mushroom cultivation. Now mushrooms, I know how you need to do them. You're going to block sunlight. But you need the fertile land, so you actually have to build an area above it. I do kind of want to try it out. I guess, is it worth the other parts here, though? It is. Look at these bars. Do I risk it? That one's an easy research, isn't it? Let's just keep going. Plank blockhouse. Wow, that was rubbish. So I'm going to go for the iron bars and the cut stone and planks. Maybe I should have just took it. Problem is, it will be really quick to research. But if you didn't know, let me just go in. I think mushrooms to eat, if we just don't know a better way of looking at this, but the mushrooms themselves are a 1-star. So they're the same as berries. But you can also get mushroom soup. So if we open the research tree, there is... I think the soup kitchen is that anyway, but you need flour. So 1 mushroom, 1 flour, so... But it's a 3-star, okay. So maybe grabbing mushrooms isn't a bad idea. Look at that food out of nowhere, man. Ah, it's the smoked fish and stuff. We're on 72, so I think we need to consider this. So, no, we still have enough in the cafes. I think this one filling out is the right thing to do, though. But we've run out of stone, so I don't want to put too many in. Just going to get rid of this one. And we've got our soup kitchen now. So it needs an apprentice and a craftsmaster. It might be worth us getting one of those in. So let's see if we can get a normal worker in also. We'll get a swift one, so hopefully they're the one that carries stuff in. Iron pots is the catalyst for this one. And fuel. If I get a small storage shed next to this one will be for fuel only. And then what we'll do, I think it's about time we get a second one in this. We want someone who's potentially... I think can't smell's okay because they'll be walking past stuff constantly. Although they're not. 1 carry capacity is even better. Day 65? Absolutely love this game though. It's so good. Right, let's keep an eye on our taxes then. I can reject 1 or 2 and I might start doing it if we're going to overpay anyway. So we can reject then overpay. Because honestly, I don't think there's much we need. I need to get my hands on stone. But I'm pretty sure that'll go up because we're slowing down our stone cutters. And that is the method for our bullions, unfortunately. So yeah, this supply ship, for an example, I don't need anything. Like, I genuinely don't need anything, so I'm going to refuse one. We're going to keep this as low as possible. I'm excited to see. So now this is done. We're going to logistically reject all. And we're going to say this should always have... I mean, we can say berries and berry soup and fuel. So we're going to want, let's say, always 5 berries. I'm just testing this out. We're going to say always 10 fuel. And then we need to connect the water in, don't we? So it's up high. It does connect into there. And then we'd have to... Can we connect that round? That's connected directly from the pump. It means we can at least pump that in. Oh no, it is connected. So we're double connected here. I'm hoping then this should keep going. This does cause a... What's it called? Pollution debuff. But we're going to get our first berry soups. And then I'm going to have to do some kind of conveyor belt system with a large warehouse for food. I think we're going to have to start mining a little bit of this out just to flatten it. Although, saying that, no, I should fill out this area, shouldn't I? Let's let our stone reserves build up a little bit more, though. I need a new house for these whiskers. I feel like we could have went one in. No, let's leave it so we can decorate the path eventually. It's more cost to our stone stuff, but... You have another whisker ship tomorrow, so let's just go ahead and build up our houses. Alright, we've got our first soupy doopies in, so I think, hoping these guys will go ahead and grab them when they have them. Yeah, they will. That's good. We might need to wait a couple of nights, but that's our first lot of 3 stars to come in that we're producing ourselves. Alright, day 66. That hard labour is really not happy. Look at this. Threadbare clothing and bland food. Is that really a big problem now? Their expectations. How's our weaver shop doing then? We'll probably get one more in just to make sure we're good. Yeah, let's do it. We'll get one more in there. And a whisker ship. I do want to keep getting them in because it is important. Oh, there's a craftsmaster there. I'm going to get that. That's not bad at all. I think I might get that one in the strong shoulders. We'll get more houses coming in either way. So that craftsmaster can go in this one. We want major soup. Loving to happen. We've got it coming in nice. So all we need is these to start stocking up with them. Now there's going to be... Oh, they are. Good. So we're going to get... Oh, there's loads. Yes! Obviously, there's a lot of carrying to do, but we've got these guys now doing their job. As you can see, there's quite a lot of transporting going through. So these guys are great for the job. I probably want to get, if there's a swift one, strong shoulders, +2 carry capacity, you're going in. And look at that fuel. I might pause one of the fuel stations for now. And I'm going to readjust this earthworks, and we're going to move this way again. So I'm just going to put it back over this side. Just out of the way for a second. I think I need to get some stone paths going around. Where's the entrance point? It's there. And then we're going to fill in more of this. I think we can realistically get a larger bit done. So we'll go with that. Gives us more cooking industry space here. Alright, we've got no smuggler ship for the tax collector tomorrow. So I'm going to put in some more cotton bad boys. I'm going to go for one this side. So I think there and there. They're going to be exclusively for that. And just really start scaling this one up. Eventually we'll have launch platforms that can shoot them across. And day 67, keeping the approval good. Just the usual. I mean, I think we've got 17 that expect 3-star, 14 that expect 2 that didn't eat it. So as long as we can get the berry soup going, I think they'll be super happy. Tax collector is today, and it is going up pretty quickly, and I rejected a shipment too. We have the supply ship, which I will once again reject, and then we'll try and overpay to make him a little bit happier. The next winter is going to be the tough one. Alright, let's deal with tax ship then. So what are we going to give over today? We're going to have to do coal, I think. This is our first one where it's not the best. I can give over some fish. And we can make a lot of this back by overtiming. I could obviously just do one of these. It doesn't actually matter. But it just makes the next one more expensive. Yeah, I think more farms is a must here. So I think I'm just... Do I want to give over our stuff? That giant overpayment was probably unnecessary. I wouldn't ever go past this one. The effect might be good. The ration meals came in handy, but this one is better. I'm trying to pay it. I think I want to hit the full thing, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to send the full shipment. It's costing us a lot, but I don't want to have to overpay on the next one. I've got another farm coming in here anyway, so this one is for more logs. I'm just going to get in my farmers on this one, and I am also going to set up more trees. So hopefully, we're going to go this way. Expand this. Why can't I expand that? Are they berry bushes? Oh, I need to get rid of these berries. You know what? Let's get a forager's hut in. Or let's move one of these over, actually. Yeah, so far away. Let's just chuck the berries so we can clear this out. Let's just put it up there. Hopefully they can just grab in all this, and we'll clear this part out. If we can clear those, then we'll go down and grab these ones. Yeah, that's the right idea. What have we got? Trees are out. That's interesting. Hello. What do we want to do? A reroll? Get me something? No, we'll just grab the old rags for now. I'm looking for... Actually, I have a great idea. Firstly, we move this over and we put it there. Then we just chuck in that large stairs there. We got all of these to grab. I'm just wondering how they get across. I think, yeah, from there they can walk to it. That's perfect. So we don't need them necessarily at the top anymore. There are berries, though, so I might just grab those as well. There are some right at the very top. We'd have to get a slide going from up there. Just thinking if it's worth us just quickly grabbing in a woodcutter to clear out a lot of this. Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of stairways to get to it. But we should be alright. They're steep, but that's alright. We should be able to go and grab these ones once this is built. So, supply ship. Let me just check this. We can reject. We can for sure reject. But I wouldn't mind grabbing this as well. We'll grab one. We got the bullions. Let's do it. Wow, those soups, the berry soups are coming in like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, my main focus is getting logs back on track though. So we've set up new fields this way, so hopefully they'll get that sorted. We found quite a good amount of copper ore, which makes me quite happy over this way. I'm going to also get another flax field going. So we switched some of these. Let's get this bit done. Good. And then I can get another farm this way to continue this part, so we'll have the use of all this area. I'm going to keep grabbing. There is so much. I think that's the right thing to do. So flax coming in. I need more cotton. I need to get extra farms, all that sort of stuff. I need to figure out how I'm going to optimize this. And I think extra lifts is the right thing to do. I'm going to get a second lift to this area. And we're going to end the day. So we'll have 2 lifts. I think that's the right thing to do. We're maxed out on this again. I'm trying to think what we want to do. Do I need to re-enable the tree stump one maybe? I just need to work that through, right? No, we've already got it actually. No, we're fine. Let's keep that going then. But yeah, that second lift here hopefully means that there won't be any queuing and waiting. I wonder if they will use the next one. They don't. How weird. That's interesting. So they won't use the second one. It's okay. Then I'll have the resources back. Thank you. It's worth a test. So they'll always queue for that one no matter what. We can only get 5 from them anyway, so we're going to take all of them. And we can get it with our cut stone and ropes. Wow. I also see that some, like, bread can be used, mushroom stew can be used, but berry soup can't. We're going to accept that, though. That is the bullions we're going to need to hopefully keep the cat entertained. I'm tempted to scoot over to this island soon and start grabbing this potash, though. So I need to consider how I'm going to do it. I think just bridges of some kind is the best bet. I also do want to take a couple of these guys in. Content Apprentice is good. Healthy and Diligent is insane. Swift and Heavy. If it didn't have Heavy Eater, I'd go for it, but I'm going to get rid of that one. We're almost at this also, which is cool. So 76 on the population. This mine part is insane though, isn't it? Probably go ahead and maybe try and get some decorations in. I think the hanging gardens are something you can literally put on all the houses. So it is worth doing. They cost planks, but I'll put them on the front ones because they'll always walk past those, right? That's the way I like to do things. So whichever way they come in, they'll always pass a hanging garden. It's quite cool because you can put them over the walkways. So you can put it above the little stations, which is super cool. Like that. And then maybe above every cafe. Doesn't block the entrance, does it? No, it doesn't. I don't know. We'll get some in. They look like they're floating, but we'll say they're attached to the cafes. How are we looking over here? 64% on the conveyor belts. It is copper at the moment. I think we're actually out. So I need to put priority on that. Let's move this over this way. I'm going to start trying to find the copper in the ground. But yeah, if we get over to this one, I think it is something we should probably do now. It's going to be a pretty hefty bridge, but we've got the resources. The cut stone, not so much. Do a little bit at a time. We're going to try and bridge across and start mining out all of this stuff. This is going to be our mining operation. I see a little bit of coal. And actually, that does segue into some pretty good islands. But unfortunately... Oh, that is good. It's a bit upright. If there was iron on here, it would have been fantastic. Now, what you can do is click this and see if there's iron. It's probably the best way. So, not on our island. Iron over here. And huge amounts of iron on this one. But that's our iron section, I think I'll go for, because this one's a little bit too far. We'll go and get copper for now, because we don't actually have a requirement for iron, but we have a huge requirement for copper. And it looks like we have it in, but it's a bit slow. And I just love how many soups we have in for now. I'm thinking conveyor belts will work really well afterwards, so we should. I'm hoping we can put it over the river. If not, I might just attach this. Because we've got a little section, I think, that we can change around this bit. I think starting tomorrow, I'm going to overtime the cut stone again. I got a feeling the next one's going to be pretty big. But there we go. Into day 69. Still doing great on the approval. Taxes are 880. We've got more than we need. And yeah, with the change of this, I really don't want fish coming all the way over this way, though. I've got tax collector tomorrow, so I'm going to refuse this one. There's nothing we need on there. And I'm going to need to check to see if there's copper. There is around this area, so it'd be silly not to kind of try and get some out of this area, wouldn't it? I think we'll give it a go. I can afford to cut into this section. I'm going to put on the piecework trinkets just to get a few in. Just keep a close eye on this, because we've got 4 people just stood around that hopefully will make some trinkets. Look at that, though. It's pumping up the amount we have stored, which is good. The rebellion fervor is ever increasing. The good news is we only have about 2 monarchists out of all 76. So what it does is gives them inspires them and makes them work harder. Just gonna have a look, because there were scissors, right? The coppersmith is something we can make scissors to get more out of our clothing. So we need more copper though, actually. Yeah, until we get over to that mining area, that's not very viable. I think conveyor belts are pretty close to being done though. Yeah, 79%. I'm going to put sawdust seasoning back on in the hopes that we can double the output of this. Because if we can double from 2 berries to make 10 berry soup, that would be insane. It actually looks really nice. Love it. Well, day 70 is upon us. We managed to smash out some trinkets for the taxman, which is coming today. We've got more than enough. So we're going to go for that 1 extra. I might start trying to stockpile the ores, though, as they come in. Right, let's see what we can do. So we have 5 gold bullions, puts us there. Don't want to give up the copper. That's really important that we keep it. But we have some cotton to give. I'd actually be tempted to just go for this one. But give over the cotton. And keep 1 more gold bullion. Although we got trinkets as well. How close? Yeah, I mean, let's keep the trinkets too. I think that's fine. Yeah, because we don't have that many cut stones, actually. I think I need to go for another overtime on this one. Just really start to pump those out. And let's see what we have. I'm going to grab the healthy and the perfectionist. And we are going to re-roll to see if we can get something good. The cut stone and planks, good, but not necessary. Oh man, we didn't get anything good. I'm going to take the woven cloaks then. Not the best, but that'll do. I am just going to start out a little mine bit here. We can fill it in later. There's also actually plenty of copper ore that I'm finding right here. So let's go ahead and start mining that. We're digging in nicely to all of this bit, so I should be able to get all the copper ore from underneath. I did it a bit backwards, really. Okay, day 70 finishing up. We're coming close to the end of summer now. I think we're doing a great job, to be honest. Now, I want to build up even more on the tax stuff, I can't lie. This looks great. And if you look, we do have a smuggler coming tomorrow, so actually we should be fine. I say fine, really, really good. And we're going to be able to get the fertilizer from this potash, because our tree farms, although no, they're pretty good. I need to just keep an eye on them, but they all still seem to be 3 stars, so I think we're fine. Let's check out the pirate blockade then. So I could give over a little bit of fuel, which I think I'll do, actually. There we go. We'll send the full ransom. That's so annoying, actually. I feel like that's just a bit too much. That's fine. 50 machinery still in stock is good. And there's the conveyor belts. Amazing. So let's pick our next one. I am going to grab mushroom cultivation. I'm going to try out a mushroom farm then. It's pretty cheap. It's just planks. So we may as well get rid of just plank research for now. I think the netter and the coppersmith is a great idea afterwards. And we are going to give these down drop slide. Slide a resources on belts down to a lower elevation. So this one is the one. So it looks like the slide. This is almost perfect. Look at this. I'm actually genuinely feel like this is just amazing. So we want to try and do this in a way that's pretty small. So will it slide into the back then? Is that how it works? Let's try that. Then we get the uplift stair. Okay, so we'd have to do this a little bit further back. I wonder if that lands on there and then we can push that into the back of it. Let's move it back. We want all our farm resources kind of coming into this. So if we go there, then we go, oh yeah, that's it. And then we go there. Look, that should feed it straight into it. So berries will automatically come down here. I feel like this supplier ship, we could grab something. I'd be tempted to go for something with clothing and tea, but I might just grab the small one. It's going to take some playing around, I think. And then you'd have the flat belt coming from this way. So it's directional. How does that work then? I'm just messing here. Right, that mushroom cultivation was like instant. So go ahead and grab the netter. I'm just trialing something. So berries get pushed into there, then get pushed downstairs from that conveyor. I can also do the same with wood, just for the record. So this will make all of the other things void. Then from here we grab drop-off location that feeds into conveyor belts. I get it. So this, they always need to be in a straight line. So for now then we'll have them just walk it to this hopper and slide it down. Then from this one, hopefully it should go straight into the resource. So these guys can just grab straight from this one. Yeah, well, let's try it. That's going to cause some efficiency. Let's see. And then the same thing over this way is I should be able to then drop resources down via some kind of drop down slide into... Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So from farm itself, I don't know. Let me trial it first. And then with the ores, we'll be able to transport those back. This is where it's going to come in handy because I think we're going to be able to just build them straight across the water. We are. That's going to be huge. Look at this. Whitelist allowed resources. You can specifically specify which ones can go down. So we're going to say berry and mushrooms only. That's so good. Eventually, we're going to want wheat and stuff going down because it's a bakery into this one. Look at that. That then chugs up and puts them into this. I'm really excited to test it. So yeah, filling out this, we'll get all our cooking industry along this way. This should be pretty good. Oh, there is such a big need for optimization in this game. That is so cool. I need to get back to spending my points. I need to overtime some people. Alright, our smuggler's here. We can grab 9 off them this time. Wow. Look how many ropes we have. 6, 7. I'd be tempted to give up some planks here. I'm going to go for 8. This is huge. Like, absolutely huge. Look at this. Right, I have another whisker ship in. So I'm going to grab more to do this. The good thing is you never actually have to do the rotor bouts and stuff if you didn't want to. So that's quite good. Well, we've only got one good one here. Particularly greedy, content and rude. Although their expectations are really low, so they'll always be pretty happy. That rude makes this craftsmaster really strong. But craftsmaster with the Farmers Guild is pretty pointless. They have preferred foods also, by the way, which is something I didn't mention. So all of our miners will be very happy with berry and mushroom soup. Oh, there's one. Healthy and can't smell is amazing, actually. Let's grab you as well, then. And we're running out of resources to mine, so let's continue going down this way, see if we can find any more copper. We're finding a good amount over here. Perfect. Yeah, look at those berry soups. Insane. Right, I can now focus my bridges to... I'm going to get 2 more. It's quite a long bridge, but it really isn't going to matter, actually. We're going to go full thingies. There's the netter. I'm actually going to get one of those built. And we'll grab the coppersmith. Alright, so yeah, the netter itself takes ropes and turns them into nets. So 2 ropes makes 2 nets. That's not bad. So let's try and squeeze it in up this way. So I'm going to attempt to get this on top of our thingy. Not sure how I'm going to play the stairs yet. I think that's it right there, just to get up to it. That's fine. We're going to get the netter in. Get a massive load of those coming. I imagine that's going to be something we might be able to sell to the smuggler too. It just means we can keep this one fishery probably pushing pretty hard. But honestly, the berries into soup is mega. I am going to keep bridging. I'm going to spend it all. 1 more and we are good. We will have our hands on potash, but really what I want is the copper. And let's go into day 73. Look at that, man. This positive thoughts against negativity is insane. We've got 14 without, or just not happy with their clothing though, so we do need to get onto the better clothing at some point. So I'm going to reject the supply ship today, but overpay in tax. So I'm going to set high priority on this medium warehouse now to try and get that one done. Let's pay the tax collector. Look at these gold bullions. I'm going to use the trinkets today. There we go. We're going to go for just this one. Full shipment. We've still got 4 gold bullions and we'll be able to get even more. So we're going to we're prepping for the winter one. I could probably take the supply ship if I wanted to, and it wouldn't be a bad thing to do to get some tailored cloaks maybe, but they're really happy at the moment anyway. Let's give it this one. Okay, we've got the schematic for decorative fountain. No. I've got 1 more reroll. Come on. No. Okay. Let's take the hardtack. I've actually got to build another cafe, but I'm trying to wait. So what I want is the thingy. Or is it quite far down? Our dining hall's down here, actually. Is there a better one? I don't actually see a better one, so I don't think there is. Alright, we've got our fishing nets. Sorry, it's 3 ropes to 5 fishing nets. Scissors are the catalyst for this as well. And then we've got the scissors catalyst for these. I'm going to turn them on, so when they do have them, they'll be able to put them in. I'm going to overtime the flax spinner. We're just going to get a good buff of those. I might stop selling those and move to the nets instead. Oh, look, there's fish down in there. What are you doing? I told you to not put fish in that. There shouldn't be. There's our coppersmith for those scissors, though. And we should be able to get that one in. But again, we're going to bring that this way. Honestly, I might just build it over the top of this. Yeah, it's a bit further away, but I think that's absolutely fine. And we'll get our stone path going this way. Because we're going to need to anyway. And fishing nets will turn on. We might be able to get those in. I don't know if there's like a fish stew later on. That's why I'm kind of prepping for it. Let's get into day 74. So we could spend 350 and still max this out. We're very pleased. I mean, upcoming tax is 572 in 3 days, but we have 4,000 in storage, so we could take a big one. I think realistically, if we're being more efficient, we strip this one down. You lose those berries, but 100% the right thing to do, so I can then just stone path all the way over. There we go. On the next whisker ship, so we only need 4 more for our thingy. I actually want to take some random ones. If they have slow, I think that's alright. My pace is also easy, but the strong shoulders is good. I'll probably just go for those 2. And our mining camp over this way, I think it's... Let's just take the copper. And once that goes, I'll probably leave this, move this one back this way. We're hammering through, though. I'm also going to put in a mushroom field. So I'm going to do like this. It's red, but that's because of the sunlight. The rockiness isn't good there either. Realistically, I think we change this one to mushrooms, but then we get logs. Don't laugh, guys. I'm just trying something out. I can't see any other feasible way to get the thingies done for this. Because if I hover out, everywhere is red, right? It has to have no sunlight, but also some kind of fertility. There just isn't anywhere. Like, if you dig out, it has less sunlight, but there's no nutrients. I'm going to try it anyway. I mean, other than that, I can't see a way of doing it. Okay, we've got our scissors. Let's get an apprentice in if we can. I think I've got apprentices assigned to things they shouldn't be in, which I need to double check. So if I just get those 2 in there, we'll give the scissors a go. I think our fish has the catalyst of fishing nets in now, but oh my god, that one fishery with that in 505%. They're just, that's crazy. I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put bridge through there. What I'm going to do is connect from this bit to there. So they can still get to it via this, and I don't want to waste it yet, but I'm going to put the bridge to this bit so they can bring the cooked meals across to this really fast. I could convey about it to another storage this way, which honestly is not a bad idea. I could probably bring it out, but it's all in straight line, so we'd have to have one loading it up for this bit. Alright, we're going into day 75 now. Huge things coming. And here's our supply ship. I should be able to grab something. I'm going to take this one. Take those 11 machine parts. We have the smuggler coming tomorrow, so I'm overtiming these guys. I'm going to bulldoze a couple of these bridges. I'm going to save going over this way for the new in winter. It makes sense. We've got plenty of research to now get our hands on. I think we could go stone row houses. I'm thinking showers though. Yeah, let's go showers. So I'm going to set up a proper area for this. And if we have the bridge going over, I can actually put showers this side if we wanted to. I just want to point out, look at this, 270% on some of these. So we're just going to keep double timing the cut stone. And I do want to just check that we've got our scissors now. We do. So anything with scissors, we get that turned on. And the day ended again. Wow, it's even better. Wow, I need to keep pushing these even harder. So I think we're going to have a whisker ship. I'm going to get yet another farm in. And I'm going to place it out this way. I got a farm there. I feel like that one's probably unnecessary. Just mainly because I want to try these mushrooms out to see if they actually grow. Right, how's this looking? Just waiting for a bit of cut stone in there. I was blocking it, but almost nice and full. And then we can get our bridge across. Smugglers coming in. We only have 67. Worth noting that you can't give the fishing nets in then. I'm still going to give all my cut stone though. No, we need some, but it comes in pretty quick. And we're going to free up a bit of space with that one. Bit of ropes. I want to get to 6. Should be quite easy. There we go. 6 more. Look at the difference. So in theory then, we want to overtime our flax spinner with ropes, not this one. So I'd be tempted to turn the netter down. Let's see what we can give over though. I would like the choice of 2. I'm going to see if I can give over logs for the privilege. I think I can, and that's going to help with storage. I may even be able to only do that. Yeah, this is more sensible. Let's do that. Large shipment. We're keeping 4 gold bullions for the next one. And we get the choice of 2. Okay, so time for a couple more. We'll take the can't smell. Diligent is good. Craftsmaster, gifted teacher, and considerate. Wow, we can't not take you because we can put them in teaching. I'm going to roll. Plank blockhouse. I might just get rid of it then so it doesn't come up again. A bit silly. We'll grab the clothes as well so we don't need to worry about that research. And yeah, I'm going to put in the craftsmaster who's also a gifted teacher. And we are going to train those 2 up to craftsmasters. And there's our population growth. We'll just complete that because we've got no problems with approval anyway. We only have 1 more research in here, so the rest will come out of this when we get a roll for research, which is good news. That is all of our houses though. So let's go ahead and get those in. Beautiful. I've realised what I did. I stacked up that way. We can still go up again though because we've got room to. So we can spiral around. And there we go, back to max. 680. So day 77, I'm thinking about getting the flax and cotton in this one. So when we've got the bridge, they can carry it from close by. So I think that's probably sensible. Maybe the chili peppers and tea leaves will make sense. So it's going to be the raw farm resources coming down this tube into this one. Then we'll bridge from here into here. We have 3 days until a smuggler ship, so I am going to save my cut stone and ropes for that. And for now, we'll get another one in this. So let's get another person helping to move that stuff over. I think we can take this one. Let's unload that shipment. And there it is. Right, let's see if things start to come down then. So logistically, we're going to reject all apart from... I think we're okay to allow fish in there so it overflows. Because we'll need it for the mushroom... not mushroom shoot. There must be a fish one. We'll allow all the high meals in this one there and the tea. And then I will put a bridge 2 in. It's just going to make sense, isn't it? Let's just do it now. And then I can get rid of that. And we have officially a faster way for these guys to get across this way. I'm going to have to assign 1 more to this charcoal furnace now. We'll get just eat, so there's 3 total on that. Looks like our mines are depleting. And we've got our showers. Very nice. Just going to quickly grab signposts so it's done. I'm going to get a second medium warehouse on top of this one. There we go. We'll get those stairs up like that. Nice and simple. Signpost done. So officially all of these ones, so we can focus now heavily into this. I'm just wondering if we... How do we get threads? Oh, flax into threads, then threads into fabrics, then fabrics into tailor, isn't it? So let's grab that. We'll start trying to get into the tailored cloaks. That is a big... actually... Yeah, that's something we can give in as well, isn't it? Yeah, let's go fabrics. So we're heavily reliant on getting our hands on some tin, by the way, guys. I just want to point that out because we need to get bronze bars. Now, the tin is in fact here. So if we grab tin, but some we could probably mine from there, actually. That's not a bad shout. We could, but this island has 0, so we're going to have to mine under the water in this kind of one. I don't want to do too much under this bit. So iron, tin around this area, then copper and potash this way. Okay, day 78. We have 4 people needing 4 stars, 20 people needing 3 stars. So if we can get onto 3-star food, we're pretty good. This one will all disappear. We're going to have a problem with pollution soon because we are coming into the winter. We have smuggler ship in 2 days, so that will keep us good. Then we're into the winter to rejecting. I've built another farmhouse now. I'm hoping I've got one. Yeah, I've got one in here to start the work. And there we go. They can carry the berry food from this one across to this. So we're going to need some stone paths to make this a bit better. So whisker ship, I think I will take swift and considerate. I think that's fine. Right. That considerate one can come into this farm as well. We'll have 1 building. I probably need to turn something down. I might go down to 1. The netter doesn't need this many people in, if I'm honest. So let's move that down. So over time, the flax spinner. Now, day's ended. I've just been thinking, look at this now. Positive thoughts are insane. But just thinking, maybe I start emptying these out, right? So let's reject all. Let's empty these guys out. And I'm hoping they then will push it into here if they need to. So we want to start reducing these down. We want the storage to be up here, so they always drop it off at this one, down into this. The main thing is we want the farms to be cooking up this side, right? I could also get this perfect by having a storage here for these guys that pushes then straight into there with a conveyor belt. So that's what I'm going to do. But we're now into the time where we need to turn on our thingies. Look at that. So I've pretty much got them covered though. So I think we're all good. We're going to need to consider it when we get this way. Let's go and pay the old cat. You can have my 4 billions. I'm going to give up some logs though again. There we go. We'll give just this one full shipment. And this is the last one I could probably take before winter, so I should probably take it. I might just take this one. Yeah, I'll take the small. We're good. I think I will just grab the schematic. So decorative fountain requires access to water. I'd be very tempted to grab that. Don't want to put showers in yet because I haven't got the resources, but I do want to have a look. This is our last decorative item in this section. Then we have masonry for the stones. So 1 copper bar requires water connection. We are going to end up putting showers over this way. These mining camps probably need to be moved as well. Wonder if we can just put the mining camps down the bottom. Alright, good news. Looks like our weaver has finished. So we need to create threads now from rope, which I believe is the flax spinner to make threads. So I'm going to prep this one up. I've set up the mines and moved them all down anyway. So we're good to start all this. I'm trying to think of where I can put this. Now, I don't mind a bit of travel time on this, if I'm perfectly honest. So I think I'm going to stick it on top of here. We are going to have to do some kind of steep stairs by the bridge, but I think that's all right for now. We'll see. I think I'm quickly going to set to build by night just to get the houses finished. Hoping they can finish those off. But yeah, I want to start pushing the industry out this way a little bit more. It will make sense. And with this, I'm just going to have maybe 1 or 2 in there just to start building up some threads. And then from the threads, I should be able to start making up the better clothing. And that will require a second weaver, which again can come this way. How do I want to place it? I think I'm happy to put it there also. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll start the more advanced stuff this side, so extras and clothing extras and all that sort of stuff. Then we'll get that area filled so I can start putting stuff in this bit. I'm thinking my first restaurant that way as well, but let's get into day 80. And so begins the mild pollution once again, but we are 300 above on positives, so we are all right. Right, today is our last smuggler one before the winter, so any leftovers that we make will be pushing us out to this. So we will be on to the mining this side momentarily. We'll see what we can give them. Oh, it's pirate blockade first. Just going to give them... Oh, that's not what we want to do. Right, there we go. Send full ransom. Problem is, if they happen to hit a small warehouse or something, everything inside of it is gone. So that's why I pay them. And smuggler. We have a few ropes to give over. I'm going to get 5. Good. So if we just check our taxes before the winter, we're on 4,300. We owe 647. I'm going to try and reject... Oh, hold on. Yeah, I can reject 2 without any issues. A whisker ship, then supply ships. I'm going to grab Thorn here. That is incredible. The content one goes down half a star. I didn't even realize. And as we progress, you don't get the extras with the content. So content is a fantastic trait, actually. I think Optimist is also very good. I'm not after anyone other than that, right? Well, there we go. Build your outpost. That must be for hitting 89 whiskers. Check me out. I had a goal of 100 whiskers before the 100 days. I don't know if we'll hit that because we're at the winter now, and that was the last whisker ship for 10 days. We might still hit it. I've been thinking about the mushrooms, by the way, guys, and I think you can build dirt around it and then above it. That's how you get the 0 sunlight. Day 81. We'll just get my planks back up. We've got all our houses in. The stack is insane now. All right, a lot of happiness. That little marker you see is some kind of motivation. I'm just going to get an extra person in this one. Hopefully someone who... let's get strong shoulders. Probably going to overtime a couple of these just to keep the fuel pumping as well as I can. And this supply ship then is one for the ages. I would be tempted to reject already. Look at the price of it for the winter. Yeah, I'm going to try and reject. I'm changing over my fire tenders to ones with Swift on. Or someone that can carry extra. I think Can't Smell is probably a good one. I'm just looking at the traits, but also the Explorers Guild is probably the best one. Yeah, there we go. We'll get the 2 Explorers Guild in the fire tenders to make sure we get this one sorted. Looks like my mining camps are ready. However, to get another fire tender in, just with one in it. Yeah, let's put it right in this area. I'll probably high priority that one. It's only a few planks. Just because I see this, we're in the winter, this one's not quite fueled yet. The rest are okay. But we'll get one more into that. And let's see how we're doing. Just going to double check. We got minus 44 dirty fur. We got nauseating pollution, which is -2 per thingy. There's not a lot I can do for that. We can get the extra heaters, to be fair. It's another research we'll need to look at. Maybe after the tailor. Oh, look at this. We've got the input hopper built. I'm not going to accept that one. Oh, I'm thinking further what we do with the flax stuff. But actually, carrying from here to here is not bad at all. Let's get that one extra in the fire tender. We're going to need a healthy and can't smell is a good idea. Let's get this earthworks back over this side so they can get this bit done. I think we can go ahead spend on our bridge now. Boom, we are over. Won't be grabbing potash straight away. I think I'll stick to the coal, but I'll stop maybe mining the other side and we can just go ham over this area. And I might get one mine in the tin at some point. I think I'll just go into this bit, see how much tin we can pull from that bit there. Why are you starving? Oh, we've got 89, but not probably the cafes. You can eat from the warehouse, you know. There's plenty of food. I had these because of the overtime. So don't overtime too much, by the way. It does, they will stop eating. Hopefully they'll grab some food tomorrow. A hard labor look. I don't necessarily need to do it. I was just spending this one. I think I want to put something on. Let's put trinkets on for a little bit. Let overtime our 2 fuels again. Make sure we still have enough wood come in this way. I think we do. Alright, we got supply ship. I'm probably just going to take one small one for now. And then I'm going to turn, I think I need to turn off the trinkets because they're going to take up too much storage. We're doing okay on the tax side of things. Not stump collection, sorry. Let's get rid of trinkets. And let's go for the double lift now. The hunger thing, I can't do much for. You'll be able to eat tonight. I think that forager's hut is finally good. Let's put you back out to work this way. And let's get the flax spinner this side going. So we got a craftsmaster we can put in this one. We're going to allow scissors. So that's going to hopefully spin us some change recipe. We're going to go threads. Then this weaver, we're going to go with threads to fabric. Then we're going to need another weaver to do the clothing. Okay. We need an apprentice though. Let me just see if we've got any in our fire tenders and stuff. Yeah, I like that one. We can take you out of the mining camp. So let's assign you there. So a sifting tower. We're going to need that for table salt anyway. So let's get a sifting one. I'm going to put this out of the way. Path that one in. I think it needs to be up high. Wow. Okay, nice big steep stairs. I'm going to change that. We're going to do the big stairs. Perfect. A bit more speed going through that one. So yeah, we'll get the sifting tower in. We'll start trying to turn coal into fuel so we're not burning as many logs. Then I can turn one of these off. D84. Looking good. Right, upcoming tax is 1.7. Let's see how much we have. I'm making sure that's always in our mines. 4.1. So remember, I can start mining this way. I don't want to do it during the winter. I'm just prepping it ready. Realistically now then, whenever we see coal, which there is a lot of over here, we're good to grab it. Because we're going to turn that into fuel. Let's go for that one next. I think someone's stuck. I've got someone saying they're starving called Zippy. But they're not actually in... Where are they? Up in the sky, apparently. I can't actually pick them up. Let's put Zippy in there, see if that changes it then. Oh, Taylor's done. Nice. I think that might have freed up Zippy. She's stuck. Zippy is stuck. I'm going to get rid of that. Hopefully that frees up Zippy. Where is she? We might lose one due to a bug. Good news is our sifting tower will be in momentarily. I'm going to overtime the 2 fuels because that is getting pretty low. Last thing we want is our farms to stop working. And with that finishing, we can start looking at something more prominent. Bronze smelting is going to be something we'll be able to do soon. We just need to make sure we get the tin. That's what's needed for the next tier. I'm tempted to get the stone row house though. We're going to try and start replacing 1 or 2 with those. It's going to be a little bit harder to do these ones. I'll maybe start at the back. Alright, sifting tower. Good. Let's change this up. First, you're going to need to find our apprentices that aren't in the right jobs. Like this one in a farm. That's no good though. Yeah, mining camp. Let's reassign you to this one. And then we'll get maybe another one. Healthy and can't smell. Let's get 2 in that one. Let's see how that goes. We'll catalyst that with ropes. We'll get that sifting tower pumping out fuel. I'm going to bulldoze one of the mining camps now. Yeah, we're going to lose a thingy. I can't pick them up because it says they're busy and they're completely stuck. Just floating in the sky. And they're dead. Oh no. That's our first death, which isn't going to make people happy. All because of a bug. Oh well, here's what it is. Let's get grave plot to lay a deceased whisker to rest. Let's get that done before they kick off. Day 85 though, that's a shame. That is a shame. We're going to have some unhappiness from that as well. Unburied friend minus 39. That's alright. I'm going to get so for a moment, I'm going to get 2 more basic bathing docks in. Because they're not very happy with it at the moment. We want more showering just to counteract that one as well. That is unfortunate. There's not a lot I can do about the death either. I've just realized it says we need piped water. Let me see. Probably pump some water from this area, then we're going to need it. Let's actually put it closer. Get 1 water pump here just for any production we'll need this way. I'm fairly certain this can't work until we put that in. And this supply ship, I'm tempted to take one of these just to make him a little bit happier. So I'm going to take one of the bigger ones. And it's time to prep our next weaver. This one's going to go right next to this sifting tower though. It's quite fun learning, isn't it? Then that. Let's try. Come on, surely that works. Send my berries down. You might always need a hopper then. Alright, let's end the day. We're looking good. Yeah, I think what I need then is a full hopper on this bit. So this one's no good. We can empty that out. We can get them to force it down this way. Just empty all of these. Get a hopper going down that way. Then we'll need a larger storage as well. The problem you have is chaining them across. So you will always need some kind of storage this way. So I'd have to just still put the hopper this side then. I thought you could just push out straight from the warehouse with this, but you can't. So this is now inbound, but via carriers. Not via this one. That's really tricky to get right. I'm going to have to do some playing around with that one. Yeah, let me know on these guys. Let me know if you've managed to get all of these running as efficiently as you should. I was under the assumption that hole in the back means you could send resources out. But maybe it's a hopper relation. But the hopper, you can't block the doorway. Do you know what I mean? So it needs to... I'm going to break this down. We can obviously do that. It's not a problem. Assigned drop off only. And then we put the berries. We'll give this a bash. I think we'll see if this kind of works how we want it to. I need this piped water in. I think in the meantime we are going to have to double time the fuel once again. Just to keep it going. Day 87 though. They're still alright, to be fair. The only thing killing us right now is the pollution. I think we've got, well, almost prepped ready for our bits. I'm going to get this water pump finished off and then chuck them in this way. And there's our stone row house though. This could come in pretty clutch. I can start doing these. I'm going to do it as well. So it's 21 cut stone and only 13 planks. So I think for the time being we could do 1 or 2 just to start getting them up to 3-star housing. We're only going to have one builder, but I'm going to assign just a random one to this. Now, good news is that should be it. I'm just going to use most of our copper bars, but I should be able to start pumping this through. And then maybe I should have put water tower in. Though I can put water towers connecting to this. It doesn't matter which way you put them. It always attaches though. There we go. So we'll have a bit of a spare coming this way. I can do like a water area. This is cool. We can get that running. And there we go. We should be able to turn 1 coal into 5 fuel. The pollution's pretty bad, but it should be out of the way of most. And then I'll just complete that one so it's out of the way. Is this working? The flax is in there. The cotton's in there. I'd like to see if they actually use this though. I'm going to reject this shipment. We don't need anything at the moment. And I'm just thinking so our production is pretty nuts. I'm going to have to place some blocks down. So until they come, let's just go ahead and do this. Just to get it out of the way. We're going to need some, but I don't want to overdo it. This should free up a bit of our storage. There we go. Just plank all that. Hopefully that freed up some. It did, because I've just noticed one of the warehouses over here, I forgot to change things, so we're going to have to empty that one out. Now, food has died down drastically, and I think it's down to our fires not going in properly. So fire tender, it's time to overtime before our food gets out of hand. We are maxed here, so I think I'm going to put the sawdust one on, if I haven't already. We'll grab sawdust seasoning, and I think I'm going to overtime smoked fish. I know what I did. You need to untick the assign drop off only. So only accept resources from industries if they have this assigned. Assign this as a drop off point. So I think you can do this. It's working. Yes, that's exactly what we needed to do. Nice. So this should now work. You can only have one destination though, it seems. I feel rather silly this whole time. That's all we needed to do, but that is fantastic. So at least they're going to zoom out. All right, what research are we doing next? I almost forgot. So we did finish tailoring. We got this stone row house. Let's get... What's the prerequisites? Bronze smelting for these. Fire tongs would be good. So that means we get extra speed on fuel buildings. Might not be a bad idea. We'll grab bronze smelting. It's going to take some time. All right, we've got our next weaver in, but... Is that right? Have I got this? Ah, it's not a weaver, there's a tailor. I'm an idiot. We've got to get the actual tailor in. I'd be tempted to leave that slot for anything that needs water. Let's try and... Yeah, he is good. Look at this. We have this zone, actually. Put it in that area. Go into day 89, but our positive is only just there, so... We need to, I mean, we've got nauseating pollution and the mild pollution to deal with. We've got a bit of chill pause because we need some more of these thingies sorted. Fuel is looking good. I just need fire tender to absolutely smash things out and get things pumping. There's a few, although no, we're back into spring. We should be all right here. I'm going to have to give over the machine parts, I think. I don't want to give them my gold because I need that for the tax. What have we got? Supply ship today, whisker ship tomorrow, then a tax collector. I need more whiskers. Our first stone abode is in, also. And supply ship should be a bit cheaper again now. So I'm going to have to grab one of these with the machine parts. I'm going to go ahead and get the next house in. It's actually the best house, isn't it? You know what? I'm going to deal with the consequences and smash in the 2. I actually think I can get rid of one of these. I'm going to do it. So we'll let those whiskers do their thing. The reason I'm doing that is we do have quite a lot of coal. I probably need to slow down on the old scissors and stuff. We have so many. Wow, why are you so powerful? Let's pause you. Just seeing how much we have. Same with nets and threads and stuff. It's all looking pretty good. Let's get this set high priority then, because I reckon we could get the top tier clothing starting to come in. Now farm should be all good once again. And food is coming back up really nicely. So I think all of it is, well, is good, I think. Tempted to now move one of these. So as we're in, I think this is sensible. Now there's a longer way to travel, but there's a lot of it. I don't think I'm going to use potash for too much because I think it's fertilizer. So it is an ingredient we could potentially sell. But I do need copper. So I'm just going to hopefully spend the time grabbing the actual ores that are surface bound first. But let the mining fun begin. Now I could assign some generic houses this way, which would make a lot more sense. Put the miners in this house of these two. I can assign, you can go into them and assign them to specific houses with this button here. So I could do that. That would increase travel time. Productivity against travel time, sorry. We should soon have that pollution though all gone. And I've got 2 re-rolls if we need to get better whiskers. And let's go into day 90. There we go. Approvals are much nicer now. As soon as that pollution stuff starts to disappear, it's all gravy, isn't it? Now, tax collector is huge. I'm going to have to overpay. We've got loads here to give in. I've got wood all over this area, so we're fine. And then I think the smuggler, yeah, it's 2 days away, so I think we could probably, there's still a bit of snow coming. But I'm thinking we overtime both of these as well. So next one should be just fine. All right, here we go then. So I don't need to... Oh, wow, that's actually a good bunch. Wow, a really good bunch. I'm going to grab a few. Thoughtful and content and compassionate. So we've just grabbed 6. So it's 3 homeless. We're building. We've got the houses to cover them. It's fine. Hopefully that means I can leave all these building and we should be all good. I think what I'm going to do is get rid of sawdust seasoning and I'm just going to piecework trinket it just to get that little extra here. That should just go up in storage. And I think I'm going to need a better centralized storage as well. There's ways to optimize, right? I'm loving that this actually works now, though. Now, one thing is you can only have 1 farm to 1 hopper to automatically deliver there. The rest will deliver there, but they need to fill up closest first. So I think emptying these is the right thing to do. So we'll bulldoze that one. And I'll extend the field just to fill it in. Looks like our weaver's here. So we can get an apprentice in that one. I'll just leave 1 grabbing tailored cloaks from the fabrics. I will put scissors in. We have about 100 scissors that need using. And look at that trinket numbers just smashing up. That has rinsed through though. I think we can continue though. Yeah, let's keep going. We're fine. As the house is built. Let's do 2 more. I'll keep 1 homeless, but here we are. Let's get a high priority on one of those. And then we'll stop smashing into our stone reserves after that. I'm going to turn off the piecework trinkets now and we'll go back to... Quickly grab night construction. We're about to go into the night. We can get these finished. Okay, the mining did start. I think I am going to put a house this way. Probably just put a plank row house for now. And I'll put these 2 miners in this house. Now we do need to be careful when it's colder to make sure there is a fire over this way. I'm just double checking my total resources. We have 92 coal. The copper's a little bit low, so we're fine. We got a little bit of tin. But just overlook, look at this. 273 nets. Why have I got so many? Let's reduce this down. I would actually be tempted to turn off the scissors in there and pause that work for now. That is insane. Now we do need to up our food. So let's start looking at even more. Tax collectors in today. We're only just going to meet the requirements. I say that. I've got loads of boards here to give in as well. It's 5 degrees now, so everything should be all right. I'm just thinking what we do food-wise, because I see that's pretty low. I think, honestly, it's another smoker. It should be relatively straightforward. There we go. Get that smoker in. Let's see what we can give him. So this one's going to be a tough one. I think more cargo required. What? Oh, sorry. I've got this one's going to have to be as much as I can give. I can give up a bit of coal because we have loads. Don't even need the cotton. It's not even used for these clothing anyway. So we're going to have to try. Oh, I've got loads of trinkets. So the plan is just the generic one. Yeah, potash will have coming in quite soon. Actually, there it is. We can start giving in some of that. I'm going to keep hold of the tin, though. I really don't want to have to give over my copper, but I think I'm going to have to. And what we'll do... It'll only be this one that's tough. We've got plenty of cut stone to meet the needs after this one. Drive's a hard bargain, but there we go. We're good. What's the issue here? Where do you work? Plank row house, no assignment. There shouldn't be a large travel distance if you don't work anyway, you silly sausage. Oh, it's building this. That's fine. It'll be built in a moment. Alright, we'll get a supplier ship back in. Let's just unload the generic one. Now, I think for now I'm going to grab... Let's grab the cut stone stuff. Just because tomorrow is the smuggler. I'm going to break all these down to sell them though. Got them on overtime, so we should be able to hit that pretty high. And then we need to find more copper now. So what I'm going to do for the nighttime, I'm going to assign both of these into this blank row house. So they should be okay to go home, but they got to travel quite far to eat. That's the only problem. Alrighty, let's crack in. Day 92. So the food seems to be fine. We get up to double what they need, so we're making as much as they need to eat, which is fine. He's coming in today, so he'll be here in a minute. Let's go ahead and pick up all this. Should be able to get quite a few gold bullions from all this anyway. And yeah, we overdid on the net, didn't we? We have a lot of ropes and planks we can give anyway, but look at this. We should be able to get all 6. There you go. I don't need to do anything other than that. We still have some cut stone spare. Wonderful. Right, we should be back in, like, laughing with the taxman. Yeah, 2 days away. Another whisker ship. I'm actually going to re-roll this. Let's see if there's anyone with... I'll take these 2 bottom ones. Strong Shoulders and Swift. And we'll refuse the rest. That's 95 whiskers. But more jobs that we can do stuff in. So let's go ahead and get this done. And we're going to start smoking up a second batch of fish now. So we'll always have 2-star foods. We got 1 more in the sifting tower to pump this one up. Right, I'm going to get 1 more logistics hub now. I think I'll just stick these guys this side. Makes a lot of sense because what we'll do is have these guys moving from anywhere else. But Taxman's looking good. I think our numbers are okay. The food will be good once this is in. So we'll have those logistics looking good. In terms of happiness, we are fine. And I think the mining of those ores is going to get us in a good place with copper. Gotta be careful with them saying they're hungry there, though. It's a long old way to travel, isn't it? Maybe it's a bit much. I do think we need another cafe, too. We got some good spots for them anyway. Let's get 1 more in this zone with... I mean, I don't want to use up the planks. We have a lot of planks now because there's not as much need for them, so I could reduce them for now. I think that's the safe thing to do. Bronze smelting's coming in really well. We just need more copper now. I don't want to take anything with planks, if I'm honest. Look at that for machine parts, though. But I am going to take the second one. The tea always helps. There is so much coal over here. There's still a bit of copper as well. Just checking in to try and get more for it. But I'm letting them continue to shred in. I don't think... Like, there is a lot of fertility here, but I can't see me using it too much. For the most part, these farms... I mean, this one isn't going to be doing too much. So I could probably get more in. Yeah, they're idle at the moment. So let's get another bunch of trees in where we can. I think we extend this. I think that's fine. We get them moving just a little bit more. There's actually some gold ore that needs to be mined right there as well. Wonder if there's more in that. We definitely should grab it. Right, we're idling on fuel because our outputs are full. We need more storage. So let's go ahead and get some big boys. This will use some logs though. Wouldn't mind just getting them in. I'm just going to get 2 this way. I'm going to have to figure out logistics. Maybe just 1. I'll figure out logistics afterwards. But all I'll do is make sure we turn off food on these ones. We don't necessarily want fish and stuff in there. This is filling up nicely, by the way, guys. So it is working really well. I just need more berries in there. Tempted to get even more farms, though. We could just make sure these ones are running a little bit more efficiently. So another farm there. And then maybe 1 more out this way. I don't want them too far away. I think I'm going to put 1 more right there as well. Just to get all of the existing ones done. But our approval is way above now. So we're back into really good stuff. So we got this logistics hub. I'm going to try and get some movement ones in there. We got Swift, Strong Shoulders. There we go. There's lots of logistics requests. So let's get an extra person in. This will help productivity. And I'm going to high priority this one. What have we got coming in, actually? Tax collector today. Hello. I have gold bullions to pretty much give you everything you need. There's potash that can go in. And we've got a fair bit of cotton. So that looks pretty good. And more potash just in time. Lovely. Full shipment it is. How do you think we can get a medium warehouse on top of this one? There we are. We'll get another one in there as well. I think that's the main thing we did wrong. I do want to get to my 100. I think I'll take I'm going to re-roll those. They didn't look great. We got a couple of contents. Let's grab those. Perfectionist is also fine. Compassionate and swift. Let's do that. We got 99. I need to up this industry. Let's get one in this way. We're going to go for shadow in there. So the extra cafe. Probably do a re-roll here. Stone blockhouse. It's not a bad one to unlock, but I don't think I need it. Stone abode. No, I'm just rinsing through my things. Let's just take the hardtack. Some do like that. That's much better on the smoked fish now. I think we're okay to get a craftsmaster in to our tailor and also another one. Let's start getting this in. Let's check our stats for fabrics. I think we're okay, aren't we? So with those extra farms, sorry, I know I put some in. I think I'm just going to get more flax going. So I'm going to get in whatever I can into these. My pace, but a farmer and then a perfectionist. And then we'll get the farm tool. We'll go flax. And we'll get in another 20 field there. And then over this way, we're going to get in a flax field in that spot. Because we're upping the sheer amount of flax we need. Look how many planks we still have sitting about. We have extra storages now. I probably want to turn off the other foods. I'll allow fish and smoked fish in there, but everything else can go. There we go. We've got storage needs now. We did mess up on the old cut stone. We got 2 days to get some more out anyway. So I'm going to keep overtiming these guys. And we've actually got like 200 planks. I've just placed them all down. I think I'm going to move one more miner over this way. And we'll get another house also in. But I think I'll put their house... Yeah, let's still stick it this way. Just place it there. A little bit closer. Day 95 though. Look at that, man. That is insane. Doing 87 of the meat out of the cafe, so not bad. We've got the other one set up now though. Why do I have no houses? I think 2 miners out here is going to be crazy though. Alright, supply ship is good. We got the smuggler ship tomorrow, so I can take one. I don't really want to though. I want to get to a point where we're overpaying, if I'm honest, so I'm going to reject this one. And we'll try and reset our resources to get them back up. We should be fine once this mining comes in. So both of these reassigned, we are good. So we're set up. And that does give us our housing requirement now as well. I'm not going to put any more in. I'm just going to get these stones done. So let's overtime once again. And new recipe granted. We've got our bronze bars now. I don't think we're going to get into tier 2 in the 100 days, but that's good so far. Cannery would be canned goods from bronze bars, not something we can do. Fire tongs I don't think's needed. Bronze nails? We're not doing bronze. Maybe these heating stoves is a good idea. It's less to walk to, right? So I'm going to go heating stoves. But what I mean by that is, so we replace it, these guys, they have a wider radius and it'll be less to put in. So I could probably stick one here and it'll probably cover, sorry, one in the middle and it'll cover all the farms kind of thing. I do think these 2 extra farms will be pretty good though. And in this fertile, I haven't had to rotate these at all. The fertility is not going down, so they must have changed that quite considerably. Oh yeah, that smoked fish and berries. Yeah, food has just gone crazy now with that extra storage. Our problem was storage all along. Let's check in on flax though. That is pretty low, isn't it? We're probably getting the guys focusing that stuff. If I forage priority the flax, probably quite sensible. These guys are empty pretty much, so we'll get these guys also moved this way. We'll get a good bump on that. All right, day 96. We've got the smuggler gracing us with their presence today. I want to just quickly check our resources. I've got 127 rope actually. Wow, the fishing nets and scissors are going to last ages. I just need to keep checking, like I say. But once we work all those down, we should be fine. It's crazy how many fish I'm actually getting out of one thingy with the happiness boosts and stuff. Also want to say the woven cloaks, look, we're the tailored cloaks, sorry, we're managing to keep up. So really good stuff. This is still going to be really good, isn't it? We can get 8 out of them. There you go. We can get full 8. Boom. And there we go. Just like that, we are way ahead now on the tax collector. So I'm going to take potentially 1 whisker. And we're having to do a lot more industry now. So I'm aiming for the engineers type guilds. So strong shoulders is good. We officially hit 100. I did it. Check me out. I'm going to have to go deeper on these ones soon. I'm going to keep these kind of running for now. I honestly need more copper though. So if we can go into where the copper is, I'll be happy. Potash is also good. Ah, look at the soups now and smoked fish. We have done it. We've basically created the perfect thing. Each winter is obviously going to be a little bit harder, but I can't get over how much we've actually built. This is insane. And there we go. Let's get into day 97. And look at this. The extra food is just insane, man. I love how easy it is to find where the problems are as well. It's really good in that aspect. Like, I really find that enjoyable with this. I do think I understand it though. You kind of have the hopper focusing in. This has made the world of difference on the soup though. That's all I can say. It's so good. And then for the cafes, it's not far for them to travel to grab from this medium warehouse when it's got the berry soups. So most of the cafes should always have those in, or the smoked food, which makes me happy. But here we go. We have the tax collector. I want to see if I can give over... To be honest, I'd give potash first because I've got no use for it and there's loads of it on that island. We still have 3, so I could get to the extra one. I think I will... I do need to make him one more happy so I can reject a shipment. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. There's our double. Actually, I'll do a fish. Boom. We'll get 2 choices here, so hopefully a research amongst them. I will take whatever it is, so it's less to do. I've got this weird obsession with having to clear research trees, which annoys me. I know it sounds silly. This bedding, though, really does make me happy. We could go to tailor fabrics into bedding, and I think bedding is something we can put in the houses. So if we click the house, there's a bedding requirement, +2 look for each one. That would be really good for happiness in the winter. I'm now thinking, also, I should hopper this all along. This is really silly of me. I should be putting this, pushing all the way back to one of these warehouses. I'm going to do it. Probably going to cost us a fair bit. When's the next smuggler? 3 days away. I think supply ship I can afford to reject now. I'm going to refuse this one. I'm going to keep tax nice and low. I think I should do this. So if we get these guys all the way over, it's planks and logs, which we're not low on. I've got loads still sat about. Okay, that's quite a lot of logs. I wasn't expecting that many. I don't want them putting them in there until they're ready. It gets pretty expensive on the deep water. I'm going to do it though. We need to start building it, don't we? I could get some more in. I'm tempted to grab. I'm going to re-roll though. There's the stone blockhouse. That's not great. The tin ore is quite nice from these. 52 bread though. I'm just going to grab the... I think we can choose 2. So I'm going to grab the stone abode and the cut stone one. Just so I haven't got to research it. I could be really fiddly and build stone abodes and assign my loaners to it. That would work. Extra happiness boost. Just looking at how I can do stairs with these guys. I could also hopper down resources from the wood farm. But they seem to be running alright. I am thinking another farm at the top though. So if we go... It's not so bad if we stick it this side. And then we get them just to slide the resources down. Yeah, I might put one there. And then what we'll do is get some tree farms set up around this area. And I'm actually just going to stick them around the areas we already have. So, like that. And they can... They've got a couple they can work with on this bit. We can go up this way. No reason not to right now. And then up here. We can make use of all this area, I think. There we go. We'll get an extra load of farmers in this one. Just cracking through all of that. Look at this fuel now. Insane. I probably... However, to reduce this one down now. I'm going to do that because I don't want too much happening from those. Oh, look at that. We've got to be careful because they're actually putting resources on it. And it's not quite ready. So I am going to try and get this done. It's going to cost us literally everything though. It's alright. I got no desire or need for the logs at the moment. So I can spend them as they come in. We'll get all of these chopped down. There's so much fuel from the coal. It's fantastic. Day 98. Have I got the extra stump one in? Let me just double check I've got that one enabled. No. So let's abolish sawdust seasoning now. Let's go stump collection. Just to get our wood reserves back up to finish this one off. I'm going to overtime my stone again. The reason I keep doing this is just to reduce the stone amount down. And we do need to keep on top of the tax. It's just going to be a never-ending cycle of making cut stone. I think that's just the way the game is right now. Right, pirate blockade. We will give over machinery. I've been collecting it just for you. Maybe a little bit of fuel, actually, because I don't want to... Got to try and meet the value correctly. Get out of here, pirates. We have a whisker ship. I'm actually tempted to reject at the moment. I don't necessarily need them. I don't know. If there's anyone that is... Cost increase per acceptable. I've only just seen that. It goes up +5 for each one that you get. I don't want to waste my reroll. Might just grab one optimist. That's good. And then I can put that optimist in this new tree farm that we got. There we go. You can get up in there. Look at all the resources coming. Yeah, this is how you do it, man. All along. It is a costly endeavor getting them across, but it's worth it. Funny thing is, I can feed them straight in as well. There we go. So this one will probably say just the ores then. I'm going to say no to these guys. There we go. We'll just get these ores pumping into this one. I've got it going so I can just keep these guys mining like crazy over here. I'm probably going to have to say yes to stone as well, guys. It's probably the only thing I can do, but look at that. It's filling up with the ores just nicely. We apparently have a whisker without a house though, so I do need to sort that. Should be able to just get it on top of this one though, which is fine. And into day 99, it's so close to the end. But now, I will remind you, if you do want 200 days, you have to make it known. Alright, we've got our smuggler coming tomorrow. We already have 4 gold bullions, I believe. Looks like our miners are now running out. Oh no, it's just because of where that is positioned. There is so much coal. Alright, supply ship, I think I'm okay to take one. I'm going to grab the second biggest. We're still good on taxes, way ahead. I'm going to try and overpay again to get full satisfaction. By the way, this one right here just isn't working, so I'm going to get rid of it. They just won't plant the mushrooms right now. You may as well put it into something else, and I think that something else is going to need to be flax for now. Look at this food. Soups and smoked fish. I'm still running off the one fishery, by the way, guys. They're just not eating the raw fish anymore. They're eating the smoked fish, which is way better. Oh, by the way, you can track resources on the HUD. So that's also worth noting, to be fair. I should probably put the clothing up on the HUD. Let's see. There you go. It sticks it up here. Look, that's so good. I overdid that netter like crazy. That was really silly of me. Like, so funny, though. Should probably track flax as well, shouldn't I? So if I put flax up on the HUD and maybe copper. Oh, that coal did go down. I'm just going to stick those up on the HUD like that. And just make sure we're continually... We turned a lot of that into fuel, so we need to make sure we are actually keeping on top of it. There is so much coal to be had, though, over this way. And here we go into day 100. Let's do this. Day 100 begins. What a beautiful day. So I don't think any building's necessarily going to happen. So let's have a good look around at the settlement here. What a joyous thing to look at. This is so cool. Just honestly, the game is just too good. If I could recommend a city builder, this is the one for me for this year. It's so good. Okay, our smuggler ship is here though. Let's stop messing about. Let's hope, we can get, look at that, 15 they want. I have just the thing for you. Right, we can pretty much give most of our ropes. We've got loads of planks sitting around, so why not give them over, right? There we go. We'll take 10 gold bullions from you. Look at our tax. Oh, the reason I gave up the planks is because we got so many anyway. It's not a problem at all. So we almost... Wow, stone abodes look good. Right, our final one for this 100 days has arrived. I think we've ended that on a pretty big bang. To the point where I don't even think I'd need to give all of these over to do a double. No. There will be need for cotton later, but right now, I'm going to give them that. And our final shipment went. So I still have 4 gold bullions in for the next one. So really good stuff. We do have another whisker ship if I so wanted them in. What do we have though? A woodcutter has finished cutting wood. And another whisker ship. Now we do need to continue this on as if we were. So I want a couple more farmers. I don't want a weak one, but I'll take this swift engineer as well. 103. We have the 2 gifted supplies. I'd be very tempted to take the iron bars here without re-rolling. I'll take the stone blockhouse so it's done. Here it is, guys. The final city or town, over 100 whiskers. Just going to let that play so we can watch them all go through. They're going to all scurrying through. We've got the top of the mountain. Would have been cool to get some kind of interesting statues at the top. There's still so much to consider, but I guess the far-reaching ones would be where your launchers and trains come in, which is quite cool. There's also, like, that one over there would be perfect wood farm, as an example. So maybe we consider that. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, though. It's been absolutely mega. I think it's safe to say we've done a good job, at least for this 100 days, and we have a lot of resources. So looking fantastic. Tax isn't a problem. Everything is where we need it to be. We've got decent amounts of food, and logistically, not bad. Guys, subscribe if you aren't already. It's a massive help. Thumbs up, all that sort of stuff. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.